awful bunch of malcontents. I hope you all kill each other.
I'm white, you know? I'm white.
So you're just crazy in a retard kind of way then, huh?
Rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Oh, you're gonna hate my shirt. Oh, you are going to hate my... You are not going to like it. Go ahead, place your bets. What shirt's it gonna be tonight? Go ahead. What's it gonna be? You're gonna hate it. It's one of your least favorite shirts. And before you guess, it's not that one. But it's one of your least favorites. You're going to hate it a lot. I did change since this morning. I had a busy day, man. Kids are out of school, so I spent the whole day with them. 3 generations of Imholtes in one building. Oh my God. The blast. Yeah, no, it's not, I don't think it's the shirt that most of you are thinking of. Here it is. Here it comes. Down and dirty. There you go. It's the Windows 98 screensaver shirt. It's a little different. Oh, Hostile Soldier says blue camo. This is good. I get to find out which shirts you guys truly, truly hate the most. Okay. The blue camo. I know you guys don't like the blue camo. I know you think that the pink and the pink flowery Clearwater Beach one is super gay. I thought this was one of your least favorites. I thought the Windows 98 polo shirt was like you hated this one. My Lost Interest says the baby blue one. The baby blue one. You mean the white one with the horizontal stripes? That one's gross. That one's ugly. That one's so ugly, I don't like that one. And I like all my gay shirts. The denim one was fine. Rugged as hell. This is micro penis. I like the denim one, the fake denim one. It's not denim. I like the brown Western shirt. And I got it, and I like my the solid blue one, and I like my Amazon delivery guy shirt. I like that one. So, eat my ass, suck my nuts. He said, "Suck my nuts." Kraken Slappin says you have a plethora of bad shirts. It's kind of my brand at this point. Bad shirts and yelling about Jews. The steel toe story. I believe our reach just got throttled on YouTube. Congratulations, everybody. No Pen 15 Fathead with $5 says my uncle died of AIDS because he was gay. It's first of all, I want to get, this is a beautifully crafted super chat because it's got a setup and punchline. That's why I'm so glad that a couple years ago we got out of that Dabbleverse, because all those guys do is they're like, cock, jizz, fuck. Like they're all just autistic and yelling, and they're remarkably unfunny. My audience, the community I built long before and long after all that nonsense, our little vacation we took, our audience has always been comedically sound. And there is a good setup and punchline to this, but the setup is like overpowering the punchline. My uncle died of AIDS because he was gay. Okay, awesome setup, because a good setup should make you hang on for the punchline. You're like, I gotta hear the rest of this. So it's really good. But my uncle died of AIDS because he was gay. I'm already laughing too hard at the setup. I'm not going to appreciate the punchline. But here we go. Richard Head, knock it off. NoPen 15 says, my uncle died of AIDS because he was gay. He would say, damn, that's gay. See? And I'm not insulting the super chat. Like I said, lovely, great crafted super chat. But is it not, did the setup not overpower the punchline? Does anyone else feel the same way I do? I should almost create a poll. Gray Duckling with $5. Thank you, Gay Cuckling. He says, this show just finally hit the gay vibe. You fag. What do you mean finally? I've been finally tuning my gay vibe for over a decade, my friend. Thank you guys very much for the awesome start to the show. Rusty Grammar with a gifted membership. Here's what I want. As you know, the title is wide open because the morning people gave us a $90 miss this morning, which, dude, you got to miss sometimes. It makes me look human. It humbles me a little. It helps us hit the rest of the week. So thank you guys very much. And God bless that we're in a spot to KO the 90. Now, that said, I do give the next show the chance to eclipse that number, and then I give them an extra 30 or 40 minutes of show. And not only will I give you 30, 40 minutes of show, I have a lot of stuff for tonight, and I have some very special things that we can get into, namely the Tyler Oliveira New York City welfare expose that he did. We can go into that a little bit later, and we can stay extra for that. But the morning show has now given you guys the opportunity to take the mantle from them, and there's two things you can do with it. You can make me very happy, and you can go, Aaron, we've got your back. We're going to fuck up those morning show guys. You watch. Or you can go, Aaron, it is a lot funnier when you look like a fucking dickhead twice in a day over once in a day. So really, I put the ball in your court. I'll say this. You're off to an awesome start. No reason not to keep it up. Kraken Slappin' says, fuck those morning people. Hey, nothing says fuck those morning people quite like Red Boys. That's what I say. O9 Canyon says, Aaron, did you go to the trampoline park? How could you tell? How could you tell? How many trampolines did you break? You know what? Hey, and Chev Maddox says, blah, blah, blah. When's the Crusades members show? You throw in a Red Boy, I'll go over the Crusades video I was going to go over for a members show. And the next morning thing we get home on, the next morning show we get home on, I'm going to do another members only show this week. It would have been today, but you know, we took our L classily. And I'm going to do that Crusade members only. It's in the offing. That would be this week. Or you know what? Fuck it. You guys win tonight. I'll do it tonight after the show. Why not? Small Town MN Gal gifting a membership says thank you to whomever gifted me a sub this morning, paying it forward. Thank you very much. We are 75 memberships away from 500. So yeah, I did go to what's this place called? I've never been there before, and I don't think the kids have never been there before either. It's called Sky Zone. So my kids go to school in a district that it's an awesome school district. They never have school. It seems like every time there's a holiday, the teachers union, the district there has made it so like if there's a Monday off, they schedule all their teacher workshop days for the Tuesday after the President's Day, Martin Luther King Day. It's low-key kind of brilliant. So the kids never have school. And so they had today off, so I went and picked them up at noon. I drove them the rest of the way down to Shoreview, and me and the grandparents and the kids, there was a buy one, get one deal at this Sky Zone place. So the three kids and myself all went bouncing around. We all went, that's right, I went on the trampolines. I played a shitload of basketball. I played dodgeball with my son. There's other people in the dodgeball thing, but I'm not going to be a 39-year-old man hucking dodgeballs at strangers' kids. You know, there's me and another dad, and I was just chucking dodgeballs at my son. And I'm just letting him have it. And oh man, did I get him with a couple of good ones. I mean, I brained him on one. I mean, I smacked him. I didn't mean to hit him in the face, but he jumped. I pump faked, he jumped, and then I fired right away. And when he jumped, he did the thing where you land on your butt. That's how he was going to duck. but I was throwing low towards his legs, and it kind of did one of those, you know, where it takes off on you, where it goes down and then comes up? Boom! Hit him like an uppercut right in the dome. It was a hell of a shot. And so I was doing all that, and look, you sweat like a coked up monkey when you're playing. I mean, when you're old and you go to these trampoline parks, it is a workout, man. I'm pouring buckets of sweat. There's a fun trampoline basketball court they have at this thing. It's called Sky Zone. It's awesome. It makes Air Max in St. Cloud. Air Max is welfare now. I can't go there. This Sky Zone place was awesome. It's Air Max is now Somali welfare fraud. That's what Air Max is not for whites. If you're white, don't go to Air Max. Drive a little further. Go to Sky Zone. My Lost Interest says it's good to remind your kids that dad can still bring the heat. Yeah, the girls wouldn't even get in there. I mean, they were playing off they were with grandma. They were over in what do you call the sponge pits? The foam pits. They were doing the obstacle courses in the foam pits. My son and I, bam! And my son's 9. So, he ain't got heat yet. He can throw a little, but he ain't got heat. You know, he ain't got that. You remember when you were in high school and you guys would have dodgeball and you had the guys who could spin around? They could do the spin like discus throw and fuck shit up. I ain't got that heat anymore, but I still got that right-handed old country fastball heat. And I smoked. I'll be honest with you. At the end of dodgeball, it hurt. My shoulder was killing me at the end of dodgeball. But when you're showing your kids you can still bring the heat, you don't show pain. You play through pain, because if they see that you're sore or pain, they might think that they caused it, like they did it and they got the better of you. Hide the pain. Don't show weakness. Just keep fucking drilling them. I got him with one. It was like a Billy Madison shot. He was like, "You're not going to hit me." He had his hands up like this. Wham! Right in the fucking stomach. Crushed him. He caught a few, though. You got a 9-year-old and you're giving him everything you got, because I wasn't showing mercy. When you give him everything you got and he catches them, you feel like a bitch. A 9-year-old just stands right in front of your heat and he goes, "Whoa!" And he catches it and you're like, "Oh, God, I should kill myself." This really should be the end. This is death before dishonor when a 9-year-old catches your fastball. Ugh. Rust Belt says, "You've just got retard strength." That could be it, too. Mr. Beat says, "Aaron, you're just fat and out of shape for your age." That I can still run full court. It's just I feel like dying after 3 or 4 of them. I still got it. Cardio-wise, I can still spar 10, 15 rounds. And I can still run full court basketball. So take it easy. Take it easy. 09 Canyon says, "We didn't play dodgeball after middle school. I sucked at sports, but I was decent at dodgeball and obstacle course or relay races." Well, the movie Dodgeball came out when I was in high school, so there was a resurgence of it. I think Dodgeball came out in 03. I graduated in 05. So there's that. Richard Head says, "Aaron's kid should have thrown mashed potatoes at him." I mean, look, you go back, you watch the game film. You try to avoid the what ifs, you just try to work on what you can improve. Thank you guys for the wonderful start. You know the drill. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. Hey, let's test those and make sure they work. This morning, we waited until late in the game to find out if those work. We just need a simple test to make sure they're working properly. It's a public service we do here on the show. So yeah, I'm going to wear this until I shower tonight. I did not shower before the show. I apologize. But, that sweat holds your hair so well. If you don't have, if you're not putting product in it, just get a good sweat going and you throw a little water in with that grease and sweat and you can get it holds real nice. These dirty whores know what I'm talking about, right? Just sweat it up, grease it up. Throw a little water on there. That good sweat grease where you put water on it and it repels and droplets down like a duck? It just funnels. You ever wake up and you were working outside or you were playing sports or something, you get really, really sweaty, you don't take a shower before you go to bed. This is disgusting, by the way. And then you wake up in the morning and your hair is the greasiest it's been in months. You haven't felt it this greasy before. And have you ever run water over your head? And just that center part of your hair will get wet. The rest, it won't spread. to the rest of your head because your hair is so greasy. And then you'll get that little tip. I have a widow's peak. So the widow's peak tip will just form like a little drip. Like all the water will run to that one drip area. No, I'm the most disgusting fucking person who's ever lived. It's always difficult sharing those things with you guys and the entire internet because then you go into your chat and you're just waiting. You're like, it takes people a second to respond, but you feel like you're waiting forever. You're like, please tell me you know what I'm talking about. And then even the people that it's happened to, they don't want to admit it because they're like, I'm going to sound like a fucking pig animal like this guy does. So they're going to lie and say it's never happened to them. And then the people it's never happened to, you've horrified them. So they're going to make sure they let you know what a piece of shit you are. So this really was never a winning situation. Wanhead Rex says it's a mixture of dense, dead skin, yeasts, and bacterias. Historically White says, what is he talking about? The Cleaner says, no, we never smelled like a gooch. 09 Canyon says, always shower before getting into your bed. Oh, you're just so much fucking better than me. Mr. Beat says, the rest of your head doesn't have any hair. Fauci's Pangolin, I don't sweat queso. The Cleaner says, Aaron keeps admitting that one of his parents are black. Now, see, that is not the conspiracy theory you should be taking out of this. That one of my parents are black because my hair repels water when I sweat. Chef Maddox says, don't confuse a widow's peak with going bald. They're not mutually exclusive, dickhead. Rexdart parody account says, let me guess, you catch the drip with your tongue like snowflakes. No, see, now that would be disgusting. That would be gross. So, guys, let's do the math here. How many people got my back on that experience? That would be none. 0. Thank you. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, and gifted memberships. Thanks for your support. All right, let's jump into some stuff today. I'm so excited, man. So tomorrow's evening show, I want to tease it ahead of time. For those of you who have been Steel Toe fans since the radio days, tell everybody you know in the local area, we are going to be live watching at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. We are going to be live watching Natalie Copeland possibly get censured by the St. Cloud School Board. I'm so fucking excited about this. I have hated this person for so long, and they stepped deep in shit. They made a Facebook post. If you don't know, she's a school board member. She's been trying to cancel Steel Toe since Melton and those guys were in diapers. Since Melton was hiding in Australia from Red Bar, this woman's been trying to cancel Toe. Just another fat person who failed at their goal. So Natalie made a Facebook post where she said, fuck all these Trump supporters and fuck Donald Trump for scaring my kid thinking ICE is going to raid their school. And like, Natalie takes all this shit that she's projected onto her kid, and she then sees her kid get terrified because mom's a psychotic lefty, projects that onto her kid. Then her kid starts getting scared, and she goes, look, Trump did it. She sticks the stick in her kid's bike spokes, and then when the kid falls down and cries, she goes, damn you, Trump. So she goes on Facebook, and she's deleted it since, but she goes, and fuck everyone who voted for him, and fuck you if you support him. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you. Now, you got to remember, some of the kids at this high school, at the schools that she's a school board member of, support Donald Trump. Therefore, a school board member is telling a sizable chunk of the school population to go fuck themselves. She's telling children to go fuck themselves. So fuck her. She can say whatever she wants. Go ahead. But I don't think that kind of shit belongs on a school board. Plus, I hate her guts. I would find a reason to rationalize this one. I'll admit it. Even if I had to be a hypocrite, I would find a way to rationalize being for getting rid of her. She fucking sucks. So we're going to watch that tomorrow, and there's a possibility that they censure her. Let's bring up that article from KNSI. I love KNSI. I love Jake Judd and all those guys over there. School board member faces censure over ICE Trump post. Look at her. I mean, this is, guys, this is what happens when your inside is rotten and ugly. It rots you from the inside out. This woman is like my age, and she's rotting and dying. Her face is decaying. She looks like decrepit, evil shit because that's what's in her guts. There's nothing but toxicity in her guts, and it permeates outward and rots you from the inside like bad garbage, like a banana. She's rotting. The St. Cloud Area School Board is, and by the way, if you like hateful, Aaron, this definitely gets my hatred up. The St. Cloud School Board is looking to censure one of its own after a board member wrote a profanity-laden social media post. We just told you about that. Board member Natalie Copeland. It's not Ringsmith anymore because her husband fucking dumped the broad. By the way, I talked to some people who know him, who talk to him regularly, and they were like, dude, he's so happy he got rid of this fucking lady. She was driving him nuts. Like he could, I mean, she was making his life fucking miserable, as I can only imagine. I feel so bad for the guy. She is also the executive director of Local Education and Activities Foundation. She's got to be out of there because she's like for transitioning people's kids. She's for like not like no therapy, no trying to figure out what this is a symptom of. Just go ahead, do it. If the kid says they're a dinosaur, fucking give them scales. She needs to not be planning Local Education and Activities Foundations for her own good, because this Natalie Copeland is incapable of separating what's something that's good for everyone and what she wants. She should never have any power. She cannot help herself. Everything she's anti-diversity. I mean, diversity of thought. If anyone thinks differently from her, it's not a disagreement. It's not a debate. It's they need to be destroyed. They're bigoted. She's delusional. She's crazy. She's got problems. Posted the message on Facebook. Leaf is a separate organization that serves as the fundraising arm. Why would you have her run a fundraising arm? She ran a nonprofit out of business. I don't know if she was taking money. I don't know if she was dipping in on the side. I do know that she ran the Somali creator of the organization out of it and told him that I'm a white woman. Nobody will ever believe you. They'll believe me. She's evil. She's a shitty person. She should not be running anything with fundraising. They should investigate and find out where that money's going, because I wouldn't trust her with a nickel on the street. I said nickel. For the district, promotes initiatives including child literacy programs, math skills development, and the Adopt a Classroom project. See, this is why parents need to be involved with what's going on in their kids' schools. I get emails all the time. I've got report cards every week. I mean, you got to make sure, because when people like this are involved in your child's education, they can fuck a lot of things up. I mean, and subtly too, just like with the reading thing. They can put all kinds of fucked up books with weird shit in your libraries and encourage kids to read it. I mean, this woman's a disaster and a nightmare. Leaf also manages endowment funds to provide supplemental funding for academics, activities, arts, and athletics. Last week, Copeland expressed anger. We talked about that. She then backed down and apologized and said, as a mother who was afraid for her child, so again, incapable of owning it, it's, oh, I'm just such a good person. I'm just such a good mom. You're, by the way, which you're not. You're not a good mom. I weep for your children. As a mother who was afraid for her child, and in that moment, my emotions came through in a way that does not reflect how I strive to communicate. You fucking narcissist, just say you're wrong. Jesus Christ. I mean, I know I've got an ego the size of the Colorado River, but there's one thing I'm very good at. Fucking up and then going, guess what? I fucked that up. In fact, some would say I've made a career out of acknowledging it. But you never hear me go, well, I did something and it was good, but it didn't go. One of my least favorite things that people do is like, I'm sorry you took it that way. No. I'm sorry. I fucked up. That's on me. I'll try better. I'll try again next time. But her apology was just full of, it's not how I reflect to strive, especially as a community leader. I have since removed the post, but I understand the impact has already been felt. Just say I said something retarded, and I'm sorry for the retarded thing I said. The superintendent even had to smack her down, saying there's been no attempt by ICE to enter any of our district buildings. She says, I can say with 100% honesty and transparency that ICE has made no communication with our school district. They are not looking to come into the buildings. Now, the meeting gets underway at 6:30 tomorrow. We're going to be broadcasting it live here. And I hope they censure her. If there's a way to take her out of there, I hope they take her out of there. I mean, she's a disease. She's a cancer. She's the absolute worst. Rusty Grammer says, Natalie Copeland hates me. I did nothing besides being straight, white, Christian conservative. Apparently, I hurt her somehow. Weird. Well, that's enough for her. $2 from No Pen 15 Fathead says, we all love the kiss pockets. Thank you. They're extra deep these days. Kraken Slappin says, her underboob sweat must be always flowing. Fauci's Pangolin says, I just lost my taste buds and most of my eyesight. My lost interest with a great idea says, is the hearing open to the public? Yes, it is. You can go to school board meetings. If so, you should go and step up to the podium. I will make you guys a deal. If we get home for tonight and tomorrow night, I will go to this tomorrow and I will cover it live. I don't know if they'll let you cover it live. If they will, I will cover it live. If not, I will record and go live immediately after it and let you know what happened. All right? So that's the deal I'm offering. We'll see how much. I mean, a lot of our audience may not give a shit about this, but I will say this. Sam Show Loves Jewish Dick says, here comes the grift. I've already beat you to the grift. If we get home tonight and tomorrow, I will go. So if not, we're just going to watch it live here on the show. Dr. Doom says, Aaron, you're a pussy. You'd never get on the podium. If I'm allowed to, I would. But the thing I can promise for sure is that I will stream what I'm allowed to stream. Chevmatic with $5 says, deal. Sounds like it would be funny. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate that. Thank you, buddy. That's very kind of you. I mean, I guess I could go there and I could stream it and just not say anything as long as I'm not being disruptive. I could stream it. Helgi says, call Alex Stein. Ooh, I don't think Stein could get here overnight, but that would be fun to have him go up there. Maybe I could just rip off his bit and go up there. Tell him that my girlfriend's boyfriend's son, or no, what does he say? What does he call Dontarius? His wife's boyfriend. His wife's boyfriend's son goes to this school, and he wants to make sure it's good. People are saying, do it. You should absolutely go. Chevmatic says, double check first. You don't want to pull an Ethan Ralph. Here's the deal. I'm going to leave it up to the audience. You guys want it? You know me. I always set a price. And my price is essentially get home tonight, get home tomorrow, and I will go and I will cover the damn thing. How's that? Don't cause a scene, just nonchalant stream it. I don't think there's a way to nonchalant stream it. I mean, the best way to nonchalant stream it would be audio only, like I just set my phone down and you guys can listen to it. Cleaner says go on the mic and call her the N-word. All right, look, we're not going to go that heavy. Historically White with a good point. He says pulling an Ethan Ralph could mean several things. I will say this for the record. I have no problem with Ethan Ralph. I don't. He's been very nice to me, very, especially I would say deferential and nice to me as of late. So I kind of put Ralph in the same position sort of as Gino, where like I don't have a problem with him. I like him, but I'm not going to be like we won't be like working together anytime soon. Hey, you guys are already at 250 for today. Thank you very much. Keep hitting like, keep hitting subscribe, keep hitting follow. Dick Gazinia says you absolutely better get your ass up to speak if the public is allowed. No, look, I am a man of my word. I set the price. If the price is hit tonight, if people want it and we're allowed to speak, I'm going up there and I'm speaking. And if I can't live stream it, I know the district live streams it. I will send out the link and you guys will be able to watch in real time. So That's the offer for tonight. Otherwise, like I said, we're going to watch it during the show tomorrow also. All right, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Keep it going. I like the start we're off to tonight, as long as you guys just keep sharing the show. Wally World gifting a membership. Thank you very much, pal. 74 of those away from 500. Professor Tie-Dye with $1. Oh, God damn it. I hate this. Oli and Lena were in couples therapy, and Lena was complaining that Oli only does one position and never lets her be on top. Oli says he never fucks up. Also, check your email. I sent you a message. That was the joke? That was the... Minnesota, man. Oli and Lena jokes in Minnesota. It's the worst. Loaded Wrench with $2 says, send Johnny to do it. I'll get Oz to warm up the car. Of course. Wally World gifting another membership. Thank you very much, pal. 73 away from 500. Thanks, guys. James J. Weed says, need some Google glasses to stream that shit. Got some options. Got some options building up here. I don't see the email. Professor Tie-Dye. I'm not seeing it. The last email I got is from the Wyoming State Board. I don't know why, but I got it. Again, thank you, Wally World. Ermaga wants people to support suspicious activity to this IIR support at reportaliens.us. For every captured illegal, reward for the informer is $1,000. Why do I feel like that might be a scam? Should I click on it? Just kidding. Sam Show Loves Jewish Dick says, what kind of equipment did you get for IRL streaming? Mostly audio items. I got a microphone, and then I got a lav mic. I got the handheld, and I got the lav, depending on what kind of event we're doing. I got them both. So, and I got some charging equipment, some wireless, some cordless charging equipment that we can use out on the scene, if you know what I mean. All right. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. I didn't realize that people would get worked up as I am for the Natalie thing. It's awesome. And we'll see. If nothing else happens, shit, man, I'm just excited to cover it tomorrow on the show. Speaking of what's going on in Minnesota and speaking of all the ice stuff, I always give you guys a quick update. This was the Whipple building this morning. I have a feeling that it's going to be smaller crowds the entire week. Starting on Thursday, most of Minnesota will be sub-zero. I just was waiting for everyone to think Mortal Kombat. Minnesota will be sub-zero for 60 hours starting Thursday night. And I think every day this week, our low is going to be below zero. So you really start to find out what protesters are made of in this weather. I can't blame any of them for not going out. Now, ICE is saying that the reason that there's less people out at Whipple right now is because of this like WWE 1980s barricade that they've installed. And, I'll be honest with you. I've been out there. I might be a little easier on these protesters than some other guys on the right. But I will say this. This was necessary. I think this is a good addition because now people aren't spilling out into the streets. And then you got people driving by, they're dumping water on the street so it freezes. So you got people who could spill out onto the street, slip, hit their head, some bad shit happens, whether it's protesters or ICE. You don't want that. So basically, they've penned in the sidewalks with these security barricades, and I think it's a good idea. That might limit the crowd. It'll also pen in the weed smell that you get walking through there. But also, man, that cold, they got a protest planned for Friday. That's like skip work, skip school, hit the streets, protest with us. It's going to be 11 below for a high on Friday. 23, minus 23 for a low. So I don't really know if getting together and, doing a protest, your skin's going to freeze. But this was the crowd at the Whipple Federal Building in South Minneapolis today. Much more subdued than I've seen it. They said it's been a couple of days since ICE has even had to come out. They said that there hasn't even been a lot of crowd control. It's so weird to watch these streams from these places and go, oh, man, I was just there. Like, you know every step. You know what's behind. You know everything that's outside the shot. And I know I've seen this guy there a lot. I know he's been there quite a bit. There's some people who are legit like, you ask them, you're like, are you being paid to be here? And they're like, no, but I'm taking off work because I really do believe I'm fighting for people when I'm doing this. And like, you can agree with that. You can disagree with that. You can scoff at it. But I mean, if someone's literally costing themselves money and taking time off work, I guess it's not as bad here in Minnesota anymore because we got that paid leave, you know, which, by the way, tens of thousands of paid family leave claims in just the first couple of weeks, of course. Everybody gets a little paid vacation. But to just leave work and go to that because you believe in something so much, even if you're not correct or even if that might be a little delusional, I mean, that's putting your money where your mouth is, in some cases, literally. But I can definitely understand why the numbers are going to be down for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's cold as shit. Number two, they're taking more security precautions. And number three, we've heard it. You know, we get it. Minneapolis is not for ICE. But I think what ICE has done is they've kind of rope-a-doped the protesters a little bit, and now it's getting cold out. I think they've rope-a-doped them to where they're like, okay, ICE clearly isn't leaving, and we can't keep coming out here every fucking day and freezing our dicks off. I think we've made our point. We'll see when the weather warms up, but I think, and this is one of those statements you make that could bite you in the ass later, I really do think the heaviest stuff is done. And I'm just waiting for another Renee Good thing to happen or something like that, and then it all blows up again, and then my chat's full of people going, you fucking retard. I'm waiting. Professor Tie-Dye with $1 says, sent it as a Twitter DM. No rush. I just wanted to get your attention. All right, let's check it out. I like Twitter DMs, especially when they're funny. Oh my God. Holy shit. I asked once before in DMs and thought I should email you. Oh, it's a request to be on like a show. Oh. Okay. I mean, maybe. I'll see. I don't really have a lot of time to do like streams and shows and guest spots and stuff. But I'll see if we can make it work. How's that? What do you think? What's Angelica's doll bitching about? She's really complaining. The chat is a huge opportunity for screenshots if she ever wants to prove what she's always said about our show. Natalie? You're talking about Natalie? Oh, honey, I would not bark up that tree. You know what? No. Never mind. Angelica's doll, forget I said anything. Absolutely side up with her. No, what? 100%. It's a big boat. I'm sure there's room. No, absolutely. You should absolutely buddy up to her. A matter of fact, I'm praying for it. Also, a little news from Minnesota. We called tonight's episode Subpoena Party. And the reason we're calling it Subpoena Party is because, well, Tim Walz, Keith Ellison, and a bunch of other people have been served federal subpoenas for a grand jury to look into whether or not Walz, Ellison, and others conspired to interfere with ICE in performance of their lawful duties. This is what came out today.
I want to get to the breaking news we have just heard. The FBI has apparently just served subpoenas to several officials here in Minneapolis, including members of the office of Governor Tim Walz.
This is what I hate about the national news reporting on us. It wouldn't be in Minneapolis. It would be in St. Paul, you fucking dildos. That's where our capital is. The capital of Minnesota is St. Paul. The governor is in St. Paul. The legislative buildings are in St. Paul. Ellison is in St. Paul. Fry is in Minneapolis, yes. But I know it doesn't make a big difference to anyone, but it's like, It's just about journalism. It's about reporting. Like, get the basics right, you sensationalist dickbags.
We will bring you more information as we get it on those subpoenas. Meantime, the number of protesters out here at the federal building is diminishing every day, it seems. But the war of words between local officials and the Trump administration.
That's the end of the clip. Look, I've seen a lot of that today. They're like, yeah, the numbers are dwindling here out at Whipple, and the national media going, does this mean it's over? I'm like, yeah, maybe a little bit, but it's fucking cold out. Like, it's really, we're hitting like a very serious coldest time of the year. Freeze over in Minnesota at the moment. So there is that too. Mr. Beat says, is he British? I mean, yeah, but I think all conservatives should have like British reporters. It makes them sound more intelligent and trustworthy versus like, and the other thing is Trump's the fucking shit. You got a guy saying it with an English accent that I think for some people it hits a little harder. Holy shit, Rumble's doing very well tonight. You know what, YouTube? If you keep going up, you're not doing so bad either. You're not doing so bad either. Keep hitting like, keep hitting share, keep hitting follow. You're about to break over 300. Thank you so much. Tilt says Minnesota is giving New York a bad name. Dan says, so now you might have to attend a meeting for your good friend Natalie. No, I don't. I said if the audience gets home, it puts up tonight's numbers and tomorrow's numbers, then I would go cover the school board meeting and the Natalie censure thing. So far, the audience really doesn't seem too crazy about that, so they're not throwing that in. And I think they know that even if they don't throw that number in, I'll be covering it tomorrow on the show anyway. So I just look, you know me, whenever people say how much to do X, Y, or Z, I always throw my audience a number. And if they can cover tomorrow's show, that frees me up to be able to go and cover the Natalie thing. I mean, look, would I love it? 100%. I'm a grifter, baby. But if it doesn't happen, I don't really mind plan B. Silverwolf says, I'm still sick. But dude, my steel toe hoodie was a freaking lifesaver from the chills and cold last night at my place. I love that damn hoodie. A lot of people like their hoodies. I hope you guys are getting yours that I ordered last week. We did a big merch order. They should be getting here today, tomorrow, or Thursday. The Streamlabs Steel Toe Morning Show merch store. Go check it out. Dick Gazinia says, if I lived in the St. Cloud School District and had the opportunity to speak at a board meeting involving that fucking buffalo, you wouldn't have to pay me to speak. G-word or not, you better not piss this away. Look, man, I got to do my show. I got to be here to man the ship. So, like I said, if I get freed up monetarily and to do something else and cover it for you, I will do that. If I have a job to do here, if I don't have that job to do, perfect. I don't really see what the controversy is in any of that. Nobody's making you do anything. All right, throw us a couple memberships or I'll kidnap your family. No, I'm just kidding. We got one more school story here out of Minnesota, and then we've got a bunch of random nonsense, including the fact, I don't mean to get Candace Owens on this shit, but I think Emmanuel Macron's husband-wife beats the shit out of him. I'm going to say think because Candace Owens runs around going, I've seen her cock, and now she's getting sued for millions of dollars. I'm going to say that one of two things is happening. Either Emmanuel Macron is a gay douche, which is possible, or two, Brigitte Macron cock slaps the shit out of her husband until he bruises around the eyes. Either Emmanuel Macron is a battered husband or he's a gay douche, or both, but either one is possible and probably equally. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But first, Becker High School. That's right, something a little closer to home. Becker High School now has a teacher I guess you could say in hot water would be the phrase. Copyright Gino Bisconti. She got into an argument with a student about Renee Good, and it got posted online. And, sometimes libs of TikTok puts shit out there, and I go, wow, this is something. This Chaya Ray chick might have something here. This is good to shine a light on. And then other times, Chaya Rachik will put shit out there and I'll go, what a fucking attention-seeking piece of shit. Like, this shouldn't be a big thing. It shouldn't be a big deal. This one to me is borderline. So I wanted to play it for you, and I wanted to let you decide if you thought, kind of put yourself in the shoes of a parent in this school district in central Minnesota, and if you'd want to know this kind of shit was going on in your kid's classroom. Apparently at Becker High School, they were having a discussion about Renee Good, which I'll be honest, I think that's a good conversation to have in high school. I think it's good that you challenge the kids to have an opinion as long as the teacher's being fair. But it doesn't seem like this teacher was being fair. It looked like I think if you're going to be a teacher and you're going to facilitate discussions in your classroom, you have to be like a moderator. Because if you put your fingers on the scale in any way, shape, or form, kids are going to feel scared to speak out in one position or another. So this Dr. Heather Abramson, who, by the way, I don't know if she's going to be mad at me for saying this, but SP told me that when she went to school, this teacher, Dr. Heather Abramson, all the guys thought she was hot. Like, all the guys were like, Mrs. Abramson, we wouldn't mind the Deborah LaFave moment with her. So she was like the hot shit teacher back in the day, this Dr. Heather Abramson. Well, now she's in deep shit. After she facilitated a discussion about Renee Good, it went off the rails, and I don't know. In my opinion, she got a little too aggressive with it. I don't know if this is like a fire the teacher offense or cause all kinds of holy hell. That's why I wish this Libs of TikTok lady would like try to be consistent and like ask herself the question, if a conservative teacher was coming at this from a conservative point of view, would you be just as pissed? And if the answer to that is yes, then post the fucker. Let's go. But if it's like, well, no, it's because she's a libtard, then I'll play the whole thing uninterrupted. You guys tell me what you think.
Should have been to go like this if he was really afraid. Your job as a police officer is to de-escalate.
A split second.
No, he had no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
She was not. I'm not going to argue with you.
You're arguing right now. What are you doing? You're arguing.
Because watch the video. He was not in
Just
danger.
because you're yelling doesn't mean you're winning an argument. Just because you're yelling doesn't mean you're winning. Can I?
Yeah. Just because you're alive doesn't mean you are intelligent.
It sucks that she got shot, but it's a split. You have a split second.
Yeah.
And they're not. You're gonna take that?
That's the end of the clip. That is like the guy filming that. I mean, that was an obnoxious recording. But see, I don't think that was that bad. I don't think that teacher needs to be punished or anything like that. Like the kid was given, she wasn't telling the kid to shut up. She wasn't stopping the kid from speaking. In fact, the kid was out of his chair, which I don't find appropriate. Kid was out of his chair. He made good points too. He was like, look, you have a split-second decision. And, whether or not he was actually in danger or he felt in danger or whatever. And he did say, he goes, it sucks that she got shot. And, I feel like that's the prevailing opinion on the Renee Good thing is like, it's the opposite of George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin. In the George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin thing, I kind of thought two retards acted like retards and one of the retards died. George Zimmerman shouldn't have followed the kid. The kid shouldn't have jumped out of nowhere and beat the fuck out of him. I mean, both of them were dumb. Both of them did shit that can get you killed. In the Renee Good thing, I feel like it's one well-meaning individual met another well-meaning individual. One of them panicked. The other one then panicked, and now Renee Good's dead. So I think that kid going, well, it sucks she got shot, but he had a split second to make a decision. I don't think that's necessarily like a super pro-ICE position. I think that's, in many ways, it's kind of splitting the baby because I know a lot of people who go, well, fuck around, find out. That's what happens. So I think the kid's being kind of nice. And all the teacher said was, she had a shitty comeback. One of the kids yelled, just because you're loud doesn't mean you're right, meaning to the teacher. And the teacher goes, yeah, well, just because you're alive doesn't mean you're right. Or play that again because she stumbled over that big time.
Just yelling doesn't mean you're winning. Can I?
Yeah. Just because you're alive doesn't mean you are intelligent.
It sucks that she got shot, but it's
just because you're alive doesn't mean you're intelligent. I mean, fair, right? But see, like, that's the thing. Now this Chaya Raychik puts it on libs of TikTok. Now it's everywhere. Everybody's talking about this, oh, this teacher and Becker. And then people go with their political biases. And then people will line up and they'll, she's right or she's wrong. We need to protect her. We need to go get her. This isn't the Natalie Copeland thing where she's literally telling students to go fuck themselves. I mean, this is a teacher engaging in a debate. And like I said, she should be more of a moderating force than giving her opinion. But I really don't think this is like a teaching mortal sin. OG Anonymous Fake Dono with $10 on Venmo says, I want you at the podium. Yeah, like I said, I mean, if we take care of that thing tonight and we take care of that thing for tomorrow, I will go there, I will speak, and we'll stream the whole we'll stream what we can of it. So thank you very much for that $10. OG Anonymous Fake Dono. 73 memberships away from 500. Thank you guys for your generosity. Darkwind says, if I was the teacher, I would have just said, we're not going to talk about that here just because you never know what kids are recording. That is a good idea. That's a great point. If you're a teacher, just assume that everyone's got a camera and they're turning it on whenever something mildly controversial happens. Tilt says, nah, Renee was being a douche. You have no idea who the ICE agents were after. Could have been an illegal pedophile, murderer, or rapist. Well, no, and that's not what I'm debating at all. What I'm saying is, I don't think that teacher deserves the anger and the hostility that's now going to come after her because of this libs of TikTok thing. Because, whatever you think about libs of TikTok, they got a big audience. And a lot of it's soccer moms. And if you post something on there and they get worked up, those phones are going to be ring-a-ding-dinging. So I don't think this teacher deserves that fate, is all. Thank you, guys. 283 is our number today. And honestly, if YouTube just kicks it in the ass, we got ourselves a hell of a program tonight. So keep hitting like, keep hitting subscribe, and keep hitting follow. We appreciate you guys. And once again, if tonight is a win for the toe, and if we go above and beyond and it's a win for tomorrow's toe, I will go to the Natalie Copeland school board meeting. I will speak, of course, against her, and we will broadcast what we can. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Or we just get ourselves a win for the toe tonight. And who knows? We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Maybe we do a little something extra this evening. Look, guys, we have ourselves a problem. We might, whether you like this next guy or you don't like this next guy, we might have to go in and save someone. I mean, when women are like they're in distress or they're like trapped in an abusive home and they'll be on like a Zoom call with someone and they'll like blink out SOS, or they'll be on the phone with the police, trying to call in a threat, and they'll pretend they're on the phone with the pizza people. Yeah, I think we might have to do this for Emmanuel Macron. And again, whether you like Emmanuel Macron or not, I think bro's getting the piss beat out of him. I mean, look, I'll just show you. Look, he showed up to the World Economic Forum in Davos. You don't dress that way. Like, FDR didn't come to Malta. Was he at Malta or was Truman? Fuck. I might have fucked that up. There was Malta, there was Yalta, and there was one other, but Truman was at one of the big three meetings. I think Roosevelt was still there. I think Malta was 43. But like I guess that's a bad example because FDR would always come to them in a wheelchair. But that was because of polio. That wasn't because Eleanor was just like caning the fuck out of him. What if that really was the reason he was in the wheelchair? What if he didn't have polio and Eleanor just told everyone that? And she was really beating the piss out of Franklin Roosevelt's kneecaps, and he didn't have the balls to say anything. And that's what we don't know. But the point is, we've made that mistake once. we don't want to make that mistake again. I mean, think about it. Brigitte Macron has been under a lot of stress lately. You know, France isn't, exactly kicking it in the ass. Trump's been talking a lot of shit. Candace Owens keeps saying she's got a cock. You got the lawsuit. I mean, Brigitte Macron. And don't forget, we've seen Brigitte Macron beat him. She beats him. Remember the airplane? Remember when she wasn't it like a slap in the face? Like she cold-cocked him. She beats him. I'm thinking Emmanuel Macron's got a shiner. He's got makeup on to protect it. And he threw on the aviators. By the way, nice sunglasses. I got nothing against him. But you're having a meeting with some of this is the meeting that world leaders go to listen to the people who actually lead the world. The power behind the throne, if you will, the hand of the king is at Davos, is at the World Economic Forum. By the way, I saw the cringiest thing up in the Davos mountains looking down on the World Economic Forum meeting because Trump is going to speak there tomorrow. They have a big sign lit up that says no kings. It's like, bro, this is like the Illuminati's playground. This is like the 0.1% of the 0.1%. These are the people who actually call the shots in the world. And because Trump's there, you're going to say no kings? Bro, there's nothing but kings at this thing. They're the kings who control the kings. So stop. It's ignorant, as the hood would say. So let's listen to our boy, Emmanuel Macron. Let's see if we can pick up any signs or signals that he might be under duress from his wife, who might have a dick.
We do believe that we need more growth, we need more stability in this world. But we do prefer respect to bullies.
Hey.
We do prefer science to plotism. And we do prefer rule of law to brutality.
Is he really going to say this at the World Economic Forum? We don't prefer bullying? You're at a meeting of the bullies. The bullies are all here to bully you. You're getting a rhetorical wedgie 3 times a day at this World Economic Forum thing. But he's talking about Trump, by the way. Of course he is. I mean, I get it. Trump, out of all these world leaders, is the one who pretends he's in charge the most out of all of them. But come on. We prefer democracy and the negotiation to bullying and brutality. Do you really? How's that war we're funding in Ukraine going? Do we really? We don't like brutality? No? Okay. How's the money funneling to, what's his name? The leader. I've already forgotten about him. That fucking douche. Lomachenko. Whatever. That's a boxer. I can't even remember. Volodymyr Zelensky. There we go. The puppet that we have in there. I mean, here's the problem. Like, Brigitte's dressed him well because he can't give us any signals that he's being beaten because we can't see his eyes. So he could be blinking at us. We'd never know.
When we look at the situation, it's clearly a very concerning time.
Maybe this whole speech is him speaking in code, saying this is actually his private life.
Because we are killing the structure where we can fix the situation.
Uh-oh.
And the common challenges we have. Without collective governance, cooperation gives way to relentless competition. Competition from the United States of America, through trade agreements that undermine our export interests, demand maximum concession.
He's talking about the tariffs. All right. Yeah. Trump's going to have to listen to this shit for as long as he's in Davos. This is what. Do you think that his handlers and his owners, all the money men that are at this World Economic Forum, do they give Emmanuel Macron a nice little doggy treat when he's done? Oh, thank you very much. I hope I did a good job for you. I have to go now. My wife gets very mad if I'm not home in time to make her dinner. And remember, the key to life is happiness in the asshole. Just remember this, my friends.
Decisions.
Preferably your wife having, if you come home and the secret to life is she gives you happiness in the asshole. That is the key, my friends.
And openly aim to weaken and...
It is even better when it is her happiness.
...subordinate Europe, combined with an endless accumulation of new tariffs that are fundamentally unacceptable, even more so when they are used as leverage against territorial sovereignty.
Well, when else are you supposed to use tariffs other than to gain leverage? What do you think? He just flips a coin and just throws them at you? Stop it. The reason we do the tariffs is to gain leverage. What the fuck are you babbling about? Taste Fairy Iolto says, those look like coked out ex-lawyer glasses. I don't know what that's referring to. I have no idea. 09 Canyon says he's high. Oh, that's true too, because didn't they remember the baggies of cocaine when he was on that train with Starmer and the German guy and him, and they had all the coke? So it could be he's on drugs. Kraken Slappin says his glasses are making me angry. Well, dude, again, have a little empathy. Our boy might be getting the shit beat out of him. We don't know because she won't let him tell us. My Lost Interest says the sunglasses make it easier to stare at boobies. He is a dick guy, though, if we're to believe Candace Owens. Yeah, 09 Canyon says, yeah, it was the other cokehead, Zelensky. Yeah, seems like it. The Cleaner says Aaron is mad that he can't see another man's eyes. One more point to the gay argument. Hey, now, wait a minute. This seems a little like you dog walked me into that. That is not what I meant. I just want to look deeply into his eyes so I can see his deepest thoughts. What I meant was, if he's having trouble with his significant other, I want to see it in his eyes so I know how to help him. What I meant was, I want to know if he's in any kind of deep, heartbroken pain so I can fix him. I don't think there's any way to win this one now that I look over it. The Real Jax 2 says, did I miss the WPH? No, but I don't think we're going to be going to that. I really feel like I overshot my expectations on the whole, Aaron, what'll it take for you to go cover the Natalie School Board meeting live tomorrow? And I said, KO tonight and KO tomorrow. I really overshot my landing craft on that one. I don't think that's working. I mean, I may have put tonight in danger with that one. And we can't have tonight in danger because we got our shit pushed in this morning. So no 2 in a row. Hey, thank you guys. 298 is the number. Let's watch it hit 300. 299, you cock teasing sons of bitches. YouTube, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. If you match Rumble, we're going aces. Facebook, you can match Rumble if you, I guess, grow by about 150. 299 and 298. 297. 298. Come on. Gift those memberships. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. 2 more of you joining the show. And 299. See, for those of you who say I would ever lie about the numbers, why would I ever humiliate myself in this way? Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow at 301. There it is. There it is. Thank you very much. MSO says Aaron is definitely on the spectrum. Oh, the fact that I watched a number turn over to 300? What would give that away? Thank you. You're tattling on me, MSO. All right. I really wanted to lean into this one tonight. I wanted to show you guys clips of this. But here's the problem. I really thought we'd be further along. And I'm worried that I'm going to run people off with this. I'm either going to run people off or they're going to go, yeah, fucking go for it, dude. Let's do this thing. Have you seen, and I, honest to God, I feel like this is purposely not being talked about. And I feel like Nick Shirley is continuing to release Somali videos to like purposely turn people's attention away from this. Have you seen the Tyler Oliveira? Tyler Oliveira is the guy. Remember when we watched all those Indians that fling shit at each other? All right, Aaron, be more specific. You're right. Good point. Remember when we watched that guy who jumped into the pile of shit on cow poop throwing day in India, in that one Indian village? That was Tyler Oliveira. Well, while Nick Shirley is getting all of this attention and all of these interviews and all of this stuff for talking about Muslims, Somali fraud, and it is important. You're not hearing about Tyler Oliveira, who's, I think his video has more views than Nick Shirley's, about this village in New York that is made up exclusively of 44,000 Hasidic Jews that utilize welfare to its utmost. We hear a lot about Nick Shirley. We don't hear a lot about Tyler Oliveira. I'm going to play you a couple clips from this because I don't want to play the whole thing. I want you to go check out Tyler Oliveira's work for yourself. Real Jacks 2 with $2 says, let's start the WPH right now. $2. Green siren. Oh, shit, I didn't change the batteries. It's still going. You know what? I'll fire it up. $100 by 7:30, and I'll fire up the siren. Thank you. Wally World gifting a membership to TDR Shit Show. I appreciate that. 72 memberships away from 500. Thank you very much. So Tyler Oliveira goes to this this village in New York that's 99% Hasidic Jews. One of the fastest growing towns in New York. And I've watched the whole thing. Spoiler alert, it's really good. It's funny too, because Tyler is nice enough and he's not confrontational with them. He legitimately asks questions. The only time where they tell him to fuck off and get out is he goes into a synagogue at one point and wants to, hey, can I talk to a rabbi about the welfare and all that? And they're like, fuck off, dude. Get out of here. And he's like, all right, fair. I like Tyler Oliveira because he seems a little more genuine, whereas Nick Shirley seems a little more trolly. And Oliveira seems a little more genuine with his shit. Rusty Grammar, get that shit out of the chat for God's sake. I'm trying to make $1 or $2 over here doing the show. Fucking hell. It was funny though. So here is Tyler Oliveira. I've got 2 trailers for this thing for you. I did not know this place existed, but it is every bit the piss and shithole that the Somali daycare thing is.
Oh my God!
I have $500.
Give me $2,000.
I don't have $2,000.
If it were
me, I would just handle it through his insurance.
He said that he's going to give me $2,000.
Look at this, another accident.
This is Curious Joel, a community.
And by the way, that's its name, Curious Joel. It sounds like a made-up name. It's literally called Curious Joel is the name of the village.
Of exclusively Hasidic Jews. That's one of the fastest growing towns in New York, with possibly some of the worst drivers in America.
Damn. By the way, Hasids, before you go this and that, Hasids are actually kind of based. They don't believe Israel should exist. I don't know if that's all of them. I watched what I'm getting this from the documentary. At least the Hasidic Jews in this village do not believe Israel should exist. They think it's a blasphemous secular state. They do not support it, so they're kind of rad because they don't believe the Messiah has arrived yet, and they don't believe the kingdom of Israel can be established until there's a Messiah. So fucking score 1 for the Hasids.
Tremendously in favor for it. Look at this. There's a car accident every 5 seconds. The driving out here is horrendous. I've only seen bad drivers, though.
You know why? Yeah. Because we have so much. We have like 10 children. We're all too busy. That's why we were upset by driving. We're getting nervous.
No one.
So we've got too many kids, so we lose our shit behind the wheel and cause accidents. Oh, well, then it's fine. See, I thought it was a really big problem. Turns out you're all just redlined on the stress department, and it's causing you to turn your vehicles into unguided missiles. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the explanation, Rabbi. Oh, but it is like they all have 10 kids. They're all on welfare. You find out in this thing like nobody works. It's like being in my house.
You can drive out here. What is this? What is this? What? This fucking idiot in the school bus. Oh, what the fuck? What is this driving? You're trying to kill us out here.
You were driving below the speed limit.
No, we weren't.
25.
You need to learn how to drive. You're going to get your kids killed here.
Oh my God.
That's some damage right there. $2,000-$3,000 worth is my guess.
I have $500. You want? I can give you.
Look at this. So he's like, it's a walking stereotype. He's just sitting there going, this is $2,000 worth of damage. I think the best I could do for you right now is about $500. And you know these guys are driving without insurance. You know it. Just like Somalis, too. You know they're driving without insurance. I can give you $500 to fix that. That's at least $2,000, bro. Best I can do is $5. Take it or leave it.
$500 for that? Come on, man. You can call the police. They'll make a police report.
Give me $2,000.
I don't have $2,000.
Change.
I don't have $2,000.
$2,000. I'm not going to give some goy shiksa $2,000 to fix what is a, you'll see a minor fender bender. I know a Mexican who will buff that out for you. $500.
For me, I would just call the police, get the police report, and handle it through his insurance.
It doesn't pay.
I need license and registration.
He said he's going to give me $2,000 to send me quick pay.
He said he's going to give her what she was originally asking. Look at this, another...
See? So the cops come and they're like, show me you have auto insurance. And he's like, I'll give her the $2,000. I think it'll be fine. You know, the insurance doesn't pay. You mean you don't pay the insurance, motherfucker?
Accident! Oh my God! They cannot fucking drive out here. He drives people around and he can't make a simple turn.
So yeah, these guys are bus drivers and they're just like clipping cars at 2 or 3 a day. So that's kind of the funnier one, the driving part of this. The really crazy part is the welfare part. The welfare shit with this is really, really fucked up. And, you know, unlike the Somali fraud thing, I think this is all on the up and up. I think as crazy as it is, I think in New York, these people are filing the paperwork, doing it the right way. But it's insane. Cheeseburger Pie with $1 says, I thought all Jews were acidic. No, Hasidic. Hasidic, not acidic. And by the way, that's incorrect also. That is a myth. That is a rumor. Not all Jews are acidic. Acidic, Hasidic. You're making me sound Yiddish now. But no, that's it's so let's go to the second part, which is the welfare part. This is the more striking. And by the way, again, this has more views than Nick Shirley, but you're just not hearing about it. The Nick Shirley thing, you're hearing all about it. It's, you know.
This is Curious Joel, a village of 44,000 Hasidic Jews in upstate New York that primarily speak Yiddish.
By the way, you can't tell me there's not an inbreeding problem here. That's what's so funny to me is it's like everyone's like, they're Somalis, they're low IQ, they look like they're inbred, blah, blah. It's like, I could say the same thing about this Curious Joel place, except maybe the IQ thing. What is it? Ashkenazi Jews, like Jews of Eastern European descent, I think have the highest IQs in the world. It's them or Asians, followed by whites, European whites.
An average of 7 kids per family rely heavily on state assistance and welfare programs like Medicare, SNAP, housing assistance, and tax credits from their many kids. How many kids do most people have out here?
17, 18.
How do they afford 17, 18 kids?
They are proud to do what the Torah says, that you need to be multiple and fruitful.
Wow. How do people afford to have like 10 kids out here?
The community is based on this. So
is it wealthy members of the community give charity?
Yes, mostly.
Did you see that? Like, he had no idea how they fund it. So as soon as this guy gave him an out, he goes, yes, that's correct. He's like the old John Lovitz character. He was like, is it wealthy members give charity? Yeah, that's the ticket. Sure. Because that guy was struggling. He's like, how do we pay for it? Like none of if you go watch the whole thing, again, Tyler Oliveira's YouTube channel, go check it out after this. But every time he talks to them, you can tell that they know a lot of this is funded by welfare, but they're too proud to say it. They don't want to look like charity cases, even though that's what they are. We also find out in this, the Mexicans are doing all the grunt work. So they like Mexicans come in and they talk to the Mexicans at some point during the interview and they're like, yeah, the Jews never do any work around here. We're doing all of it. All the construction, all of the plumbing and heating work and electrician work. And it's all Mexicans. And the Jews keep saying, oh, everyone, we all study the Torah. We're busy studying. Like a lot of them are students. And that's what they put down on welfare, that they're all students and they go to the synagogue and they all study the Torah. Or they go to yeshiva and they study the Torah. It's like the Somali fraud thing. It's kind of brilliant if they're letting you do it.
Don't talk to suspicious person.
How am I suspicious? Do you study Torah?
You work for Hamas?
That's another thing. This guy is fucking classic. This guy starts asking him questions. They're not even difficult questions, but he's just like, how do you guys get your money? And he's like, are you a terrorist? Are you working with Hamas? Or are you, and at one point he goes, are you working with Hezbollah or the Chinese? And he's like, sir, do I look like I'm working with the Chinese?
What do you do for work?
Nothing.
How do you make money?
My wife.
Your wife?
My wife, she works very hard.
I'm doing home care.
Brokerage, construction.
For most people on Medicaid.
Look, I mean, come on. I mean, this guy should be cooking with Sean and Marley. Jesus. Let the family tree branch a little, my man. But like, here's the thing. If I were out there doing a documentary and I went, what do you Jews do out here for money? And they went, brokerage. I go, all right, you got me there. That probably checks out. But they're like, we do construction. Shut the fuck up. You don't do construction. Till you fucking staple gun your tendrils to a 2x4. Stop. Yes, we're out here doing construction. Yes.
SNAP, EBT?
I don't know. I can't speak for other people.
What about you?
I'm not going to tell about myself.
One thing I am curious about, though, is the welfare use. Are you on welfare?
No.
The Jewish people, just in case, Joel, their taxes covers everything that we take back. They pay.
Oh, really? Then why do you need it? What we pay in taxes covers what we take in. Well, then you don't. What?
A lot of property tax.
You know anyone on welfare here?
I won't comment on that question.
Come on.
No.
Why not?
No.
What do you guys do for work here?
The craziest part is when 14 Jews pop out of a sewer because they were tunneling. That's the craziest part of the document. I'm kidding. That's not in there.
You guys have like businesses, work a job.
So this guy, when he interviews this dude, he keeps looking at this guy before he answers every question. And it doesn't help that this guy looks like a Jewish assassin.
Do for work here? You guys have like businesses, work a job, study Torah.
I have a job.
What do you do?
I'm in sales.
What do you sell?
Food.
I sell food. Like, he's not trying to convince us. He's just trying to get an answer so that this guy stops asking him questions. I'm in sales. What do you sell? Food. What kind of food? Good stuff.
Okay. What food do you sell?
Chocolates.
He's yeah, look at him. He's a chocolatier. He puts a hairnet on the beard and everything. I mean, you don't think my name is Willy Wonka.
Like I'm getting bamboozled right here. Excuse me. You guys take EBT?
We do.
What percentage of people would you say use EBT for their groceries here?
100%.
100%? What percentage would you say?
35%.
A little bit difficult.
Well, see, now we're haggling. We're haggling over the numbers. That's all we're doing.
Include what to take away from that. Let's pop in here and say shalom. Synagogue? Okay. Lots of people.
See, now, okay, this is the one part where he's really honest, and this is where I feel like Nick Shirley is really kind of sneaky with his shit. By the way, Andrew Callahan from Channel 5 posted a response to Nick Shirley about Nick Shirley's bullshit about him selectively editing their interview because Nick couldn't take the L that he looked like a retard. Andrew, I watched it before the show tonight. We'll play a little bit of it. Andrew Callahan completely debunked everything Nick Shirley said. And actually, this is where Nick Shirley's really a cunt. Andrew Callahan actually did edit the thing to make Nick Shirley sound more intelligent. He was stammering and repeating himself and wasn't making any sense. They would have him repeat shit so that it would sound better, and then they would run it through a filter where they took out the ums and ahs and the dead air spaces and like made him sound smoother. And the only reason Nick Shirley went, he totally selectively edited me, is because Nick Shirley got his fucking shit pushed in the comments and he couldn't handle it.
Rang. I'm not sure the schedule exactly, but 9 o'clock sharp.
But Tyler Oliveira went into this part and he's like, yeah, it's kind of a dick move to go into the synagogue. They kicked me out. What are you going to do? Whereas Nick Shirley gets kicked out of places because he brings his Israeli security into a Somali business. And then they go, no, get the fuck out of here. And he goes, God, they're so violent.
They're not at work. Question for you. What do most men do for work here? Can you give me some ideas?
Oh.
I'm just asking Hasidic Jews out here. I know it's, what do you
even Jews, don't they? They know when you say Hasidic Jews, they go, da, ba, 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 ba.
Survive off of welfare?
There is a percent, like all of the communities. You have 8 kids, you can also get benefits.
I mean, you got to be honest. These guys are black as fuck. I mean, you got to give them that. They're...
$2.59. Why aren't people at work?
These are all teenagers.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
They're all teenagers. They're all teenagers with giant Rip Van Winkle beards. It's all of them. You know us Jews, we age like bananas. What do we do?
I wonder what these people do for employment. So if you want to talk about Sharia law and people living in a theocratic ethnic enclave, look no further. Curious Joel is an example of only Jews living here, and a lot of them are tapping into welfare benefits.
So that's the end of that trailer. So go watch the whole thing. I think it's only fair, and I do, like, once you start noticing, you can't really stop noticing. And it's just that Nick Shirley gets promoted and he's on TV shows and he's talking about all this. You won't see Tyler Oliveira on Fox News. You won't see Tyler Oliveira on CNN or anywhere else. This video's been out for a couple weeks. They're not going to have him on. It doesn't fit the narrative. But I will say, when you watch that documentary, it is really fucking based of the Hasids when they ask him about Israel. They're like, no, Israel is bullshit. It's a secular nation. It does not represent the Jews. We don't believe that Israel can exist until there is a Messiah. And I was like, you know what, guys? Gangster. I like it. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. You know, one thing about the Nick Shirley thing, though, that I've noticed is that it's causing a lot of people to, like, go to Somali daycares wherever they are and, like, knock on the door. That's kind of shitty. Like, I saw that Zach X is doing that. Zach X is like, I'm going to go to all these daycares. It's like, dude, you're not smart enough to be the guy to go and do that shit. Like, you're doing it to bother Somalis. You're not doing it to uncover fraud. Like, you're not looking at paperwork and going, oh, this place took this much taxpayer money. You just see Al Hafua daycare and you go, let's go in there and see if I can sign up my white babies. It's like, first of all, I hope Zach X doesn't have white babies. But number two, I mean, they know you. They can take one look at you and realize you're not from the neighborhood. It's probably the swastika carved into your forehead. I mean, that might be, it's kind of a dead giveaway. But they're just showing up to the daycares. It's like, all right, let's leave this up to smarter people. Let's leave this up to the smarter ones. All right, Papa Shab's trying to set me straight. He goes, Aaron, don't fall for the trap. They are all the same thing. You don't think that the Hasids are serious about how they feel about Israel? Let's look that up real quick. Because there is a subset of Jews that hate Israel. Hasidic Jews' feelings about Israel. The Hasidim of Satmar recognizes the existence of the state of Israel, but they don't consider it to be theirs any more than any other. Well, that's a little different than they were. I feel like they were pulling a little takia on me. That's the thing, like, Jews try to buddy up to Christians, and it's like, you guys are a lot more like Muslims than you are Christians. Like, you guys are both on that takia shit. Like, you're both like, look, if the non-believer is pressing you on some shit, it's totally forgivable in the eyes of God to lie to a goy or lie to a kafir or whatever it is and bullshit them to get yourself out of a pinch. Whereas Christians are taught, no, fucking lying is bad, bearing false witness, not okay. Whereas, you know, hey, I hear you guys support Israel. No, we don't support Israel at all. You look it up and you're like, you do, you got a little wiggle room. That's all. Bapa Shab says it doesn't matter. Their money comes from the same place, America. You retard. Well, no, why? What, Bapa Shab? Why is it that if someone doesn't go full on like get after it on the Jew thing, you go right to retard? Like try to back it off, because I do get tired of the Jew thing. I do. And that's okay. I don't think there's anyone more based on the issue that you watch as a streamer than me, or I'm at least in the top 5. So, like, easy on the, if Aaron doesn't 100% just completely, like, it rots my soul. I don't like it, and I feel like I lose fans when I start to do that shit too much, or I start to get too serious and I don't keep it funny. So, like, easy on the, yeah, well, fuck you. He goes, because it's obvious. Well, I know. We got it. It's just that I don't want to be a broken fucking record every day. Any more than I already am. You got to admit, I'm a bit of a broken record on this issue, and I don't like to. I don't like to be a broken record. I like to focus on other things. Other things. Speaking of those other things, let's get into some silly nonsense. I have an idea. We have, again, remarkably slowed down. Let's throw in a couple memberships. Let's take a little break here. Let's throw in a little PayPal, a little Venmo, a little Super Chats, a little... why, Aaron? Well, because Aaron's terrified of losing twice in a day. And that never happens, and I'm just trying to avoid it. Now, we did pitch something earlier in the show, if you did miss it. There is a School District 742 meeting tomorrow, and if you are a longtime Steel Toe fan, it is a meeting where they may censure Natalie Copeland, a woman who's tried to cancel this show more times than anyone. And people were asking, Aaron, you have to go cover this. You have to go cover this. I said, well, I do need to make money here too. Some nights successful, some nights not. But I said, if we notch a W tonight and then we also cover tomorrow night, I will go cover the school board meeting. I will speak if I'm allowed to speak. I will stream if I'm allowed to stream. And we'll do that. And I think I set myself up to oh, we might get close to that. I didn't think we'd get it, but I was like, I think we might get close to that. But now I think I set myself up too high. And now I'm like, oh shit, we're frozen for tonight now too. I might have gotten a little too overconfident. So throw a couple our way. 301 of you checking out the toe. Hit like, hit subscribe, and hit follow. And let's keep the flop sweat at bay. What do you say? All right, we do have one more Tyler Oliveira, this time at a Somali-owned daycare in Ohio. I just thought you might appreciate the balance, I suppose. This is him at a daycare. And, these confrontations at Somali daycares are getting less and less fun than they used to. When they first started happening, it was Somalis caught like deer in the headlights going, oh, the kids aren't here because we're only for the after school till 10 o'clock. They're like, come on, man. And it was I think the peak comedy of the Somali fraud thing was the federal government going, you guys now have to show employment records and enrollment records able to get your full subsidies, which should have been happening already, but amazing that it wasn't. And then the next day, remember when that Somali daycare owner in the New York Yankees hat goes, we had a terrible break-in in here, and it was a bunch of white MAGA guys, and they stole all of our employment and enrollment records. It was, it is a terrible thing. The things we were just about ready to send them to the federal government to get our money for the children. And then a white man came in and stole them, like white men are known to do. And then because Minnesota's media is so liberal, they don't want to push back at all. Nobody went, don't you keep those files on your computers? I bet you if WCCO or Jana Shortall went, hey, don't you guys keep those files on your computers? The Somali guy could panic, take a wrench or a hammer and just smash the computer in front of all of them and go, the white man destroyed those too. And they'd be like, well, that goddamn white men, those squirrely bastards. So Tyler Oliveira went to go check out Somali fraud in Ohio. Now, here's the issue. I hope that this Somali fraud thing in Minnesota leads to them checking out every department in every state. And I'm sure there'll be Somali fraud everywhere, but I'm more excited to see the non-Somali fraud because these are not the brightest people in the world that are pulling off this fraud. So if you start digging in and you start catching some of the smarter ones who are hiding shit, you're going to find even more billions and billions of dollars, which in turn is going to really piss people off. I think a lot of these states don't want to investigate their fraud because if they do, they know it probably means they're going to lose their job. Voters aren't going to go, oh, you're the governor who looked into the fraud. Oh, man, that's great. We're going to vote for you. No, it's going to be suicidal. They're going to go, oh, you're the governor who was sitting in the office and we found out how many billions of tax dollars we've been getting ripped off of. You're out of here. So they have it's like term limits. They're never going to vote themselves out of a job. They're not going to investigate themselves so everybody can find out what they already know and what their bank accounts already know, that they're fucking crooks. So this is Oliveira in Ohio.
I'm trying to get daycare for my kid. I don't know what you're talking about.
Get the fuck off my private property.
Yeah, but isn't this a daycare? That's me trying.
See, like, okay, this is where I think Shirley and Oliveira are both being retarded. You're a white guy in gay sunglasses and a Yankees hat. Somalis know you're up to something. And they might be dumb, but they're not that dumb. They know that you're like, hey, can I get my kid in your daycare? How's it going? What are you doing? They know that you're fucking with them.
To enroll my baby into 40 daycares across Columbus, Ohio that received over $42 million from government programs designed to feed kids from 2017 to 2025.
Damn.
It turned out they were claiming to feed far more meals than they actually provided. And this little office is the only address that could ever be found. Were these 40 daycares that received money from this nonprofit legit, or are they shell businesses operating as a front?
Well, I mean, the problem in Minnesota is that if you look at the healthcare, welfare, Medicaid, autism, and Feeding Our Future fraud, a lot of them have a corporation that then has sub-companies in each one of those industries. So you'll have a company that is running 7 or 8 different fraud games all at once running out of the same address. It's like, it's so blatant and it's so easy that you know we didn't miss it. We just knew it was going on and we didn't care.
Wow, this building is
because they were voting the right way.
complete trash. Hi. Hello. I have a 1-year-old. I wonder if I can get an application. Yes. Or like, what's the deal with the boarded up windows?
Well, it's not boarded up. It's tinted because, people are weird.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Definitely tons of kids in there. I'm trying to get some childcare for my son.
You got less than 5 minutes to get off my private property. I'm calling the cops.
I'm trying to get some childcare.
Get the fuck off my private property right now.
Not even a hello, how are you? An empty.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. They have a camera. They can see you. They know you're there to fuck her. That is one thing that I'll give them is that how are you going to respond? Of course you're going to tell people to fuck off. I can't imagine it's a happy time for Somali daycare people right now. I'm sure they're on edge.
Building with a bunch of trash bags.
Knocking. Someone came, just dropped off a bunch of kids, and that was that.
Next up.
Well, one of the ways they pull off the fraud in Minnesota is they will drop kids off and sign them in, and then like in an hour they'll just send them all back home. That is one of the gimmicks they use.
Al Shafiqi. Let's see if they even say anything. I don't know if anyone's here. The place appears to be fully empty.
It's fully empty.
Hello? Does it look like a daycare? No. Looks like a small prison complex. What are your thoughts on the fraudsters that are out there?
I feel like anybody that's doing that actually be punished for it.
Sunrise Child Care and Learning Center. He brought me in. Brand new interior. Super nice, honestly. Okay, you guys follow.
Yes, we took some of the fraud money and we just invested it into the decor to fool stupid white men like you.
Following me. Somali dude following me.
I am not even shaking your hand. I do see that you are reporting here.
What are you talking about? You're a highly reviewed daycare. I'm trying to get some child care for the kid.
If you want it,
yeah.
You shouldn't come and take a picture.
No, I was knocking. What is this? What is this? Roof's gonna fall in?
Yes, that's not your damn business.
Why are you doing 24/7?
Was there somebody in the roof? Was there like a guy looking at? Was he going to drop a bowling ball? Was this like a Home Alone prank?
Surveillance though.
Let me see your
I'm not gonna give you my ID.
Let me see your ID.
You give me your ID.
Where are you from originally?
I was born and raised in America.
You are not. What does he talk like, an Englishman?
What are you talking about?
Because I'm Somali.
I'm trying to get daycare for my kid. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a problem.
That is funny. Like, they try to do that like race shaming thing. Where like, oh, you're saying like, here's how I'd answer that if I was handling it. And they were like, oh, you're saying that I run a fraudulent daycare and because I'm Somali, and be like, well, yeah, it's one of the biggest reasons. Like once you just yes and that part of, we've talked about this before. Once you yes and that part of it, they've really got nothing after that because they want to be able to say, I bet you are, you racist. Just disarm them and go, yeah, no, 1,000% because you're Somali. Have you been reading the news?
Easily, we will make sure.
Yes, that's the only one you need.
Have a great day.
Cannot be here.
I literally can't. You don't understand the First Amendment. I'm on the sidewalk. You're making this worse. Go in there and just help the kids, man, if you're such a good guy. Look at the front gate, man. Would I ever bring my kid here? No. This area is surrounded by...
I mean, they could have a nice playground. I'd still never bring my kid there.
Trash in the ghetto, basically. There is a playground. Would never bring my child here. I've called the phone number. Nobody answered. Let's see if we can knock on the door. Hey there. Do you guys have, like, an application or something?
Yes, you are. Get your application.
Okay. And if I just fill this out, I can bring it back today?
Yeah, you actually take it to the
Yeah. Can I pay privately? With cash? U.S. dollars?
We just take families with welfare. Oh, shit. I don't think you can play shit like this for Democrats. Like, whether it's fraud or not, I think you can play this for people and go, can you at least admit that we have a serious money giveaway problem in this country? That we're giving away way too much and it probably keeps people poor more than it encourages them to get out of poverty. I mean, this is, let's completely take fraud out of it. We're giving away a fuckload of cash. We really are. Sean Lenane with $1 says $1 for the retarded Jew bank. Really was. It really was the only. Like, I've never seen a Down syndrome Hasidic Jew before. It's wild. Numero uno Josh Denny fan says Josh Denny is currently streaming for 2 viewers. I mean, I can't exactly raise the roof on my numbers. I've barely got 300 people watching me. And, we're not exactly crushing it monetarily at the moment, numero. I haven't even made $50 tonight. So, look, I appreciate you making me feel better by sending me Josh Denny's numbers. But I started tonight's show with everybody going, yeah, fucking Natalie, let's get on this. Let's do it. And I go, all right, guys, let's do it. Here's how we can do it. Pay for tonight and tomorrow, and we'll go. And, like, not only did it not do that, like, it all stopped that moment. So I appreciate you. I don't want to be in a glass house throwing stones. That's all. I don't want to be in a glass house throwing stones at another streamer while I'm probably having, one of the toughest steel toe days in recent memory, and just days after a 220,000 view live stream. Like, it is an epic steel toe fail and collapse so far this week. I mean, I'm the first to admit it. The only thing I get to fall back on is, hey, shit, we were doing these same numbers last week and we didn't have a 220,000 view video. So at least this week we're doing the same level of suck we always have, but we've got a 220,000 view video in there as well. So that's, And what I just did there, that's what the kids call cope. I don't need cope. We need to make some cash tonight, boys and girls. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Let's go on a little bit of a rally, and let's take, look, the morning show failed today. Make them look like a dick. 72 memberships away from 500. I love the shows where I don't have to do this part, so let's do it. A family got kicked off of a plane. This is so shitty. I believe this was an Air France flight. A family got kicked off a plane because there was a problem with their business class seats. It had been given to someone else, so it forced their daughter to downgrade to premium economy. So they threw a fucking fit about it and got kicked off the plane. Like, you understand, you've got, like, if this was Delta, premium economy would be like, you got Delta Comfort, Delta Comfort Plus, and then whatever their first class is. I forget what that's called. But, like, this is like you have to go from Delta Comfort Plus to Delta Comfort. You're still fine. You're going to be okay. It's not like they took you out of, or no, it would be like going first class to Comfort Plus. It's like they're not taking you off the plane and making you fly Spirit or Ryanair. You're going to be fine. But they could not handle it.
Speaking Spanish? No.
So yeah, it was an air fence.
You speak English. You speak French? You speak French now? This is the last call for you.
The family was traveling from Paris to Salvador before the dispute.
I heard you one more, I call the police. But why?
So that was the captain came back and he goes, last warning, just sit down in your new seat, shut up and we'll leave. And like, all you got to do is complain under your breath after he leaves. You can bitch to the entire plane the rest of the flight if you want to. Just don't fucking cock off to the captain anymore. Shut up. Everyone thinks they can't be kicked off a plane right up to the moment they're getting kicked off a plane. We saw this last night with that lady who was yelling at the Trump supporter. And it's like, oh, fuck you, I don't give a shit. And they're like, all right, then you're gone. And they're like, oh shit, they're not bluffing. I really can leave. No. What if I sit down and I'm really quiet and I'll behave myself? They're like, no, you're not 6. That's not how this works. You're gone. Everyone thinks they're kickoff proof until they get kicked off.
You call the police. No,
Cabin crew downgraded them from business class by claiming a seat was broken. So it's a safety issue. That seat breaks. You sue them. It's a problem.
I want to go Brazil, okay?
Before letting someone else sit there instead and causing a dispute. Oh, so they moved them from the seat. They let someone else sit there, and that set these people off. Well, all right.
You have 2 cards. You have to give all the cards.
We need the other boarding pass.
For what?
For the premium. Emily, you have the premium. But I'm going there.
So they're showing their boarding pass.
No, I want to film. You film nothing.
Oh, they're telling them to put the camera down. They don't want them filming it.
That's a proof. Yes, that's a proof. Okay, no, you don't film. You're not allowed to film. It's a proof.
Look at that. They're still getting like leather seats and shit. You're still getting, sometimes you just live a certain way for a while and you get spoiled. They were still sitting in the leather seats. Plenty of leg room, nice airline. God, just, you know what? Take the draw and move on. Complain. And you know what? I guess if they're used to flying like first class, they're used to flying premium, they probably feel like they can get away with whatever they want. But you're still not allowed to treat the captain like shit. He'll throw you the fuck off of there. $1 from numero uno Josh Denny fan. Says Josh Denny is your Minnesota blood brother. I guess so, if neither of us are making any money. I suppose we are blood brother. You know, it's kind of actually, Denny's technically doing better than I am, if you think about it. Because you said Denny hasn't made any money tonight, but he's got 2 people watching, so that makes sense that he hasn't made any money. I got 300 people watching me, and I ain't making shit. So there is that. My lost interest gifting a membership. Don't make him do it all alone. Everybody gift a membership. Shit, gift 5 of them. 71 away from 500. Thank you guys so much. 302 checking out the toe. And we love you for it. Hit like, hit subscribe, and hit follow. God damn, we've got too much Somali shit in the news. Everything is just Somali. You know what I want to do? The Hoods for Homies guy. That's the story I want to do. My next couple stories here are Trump declares that pirating ships is the only thing Somalis are good at. All right, that's funny, and we can play that later, but it's like Somali. And then there's details on the Nick Sorter thing. Remember Nick Sorter got his camera stolen in the Somali neighborhood here in Minnesota? Yeah, they found out about, they found some things out about the woman who stole his camera, and it's too perfect. It really is. In the meantime, if you like our show, would you please consider Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, and gifted memberships? I do not do this show for fun, especially on days like today. Papa Shop says, yeah, your state fucking sucks. Correct. So one of those protesters at that church service in Minneapolis, You know how I said this morning that, like, okay, 89% of the people who have been prosecuted for fraud so far in Minnesota have been Somali? I did say, just hold on. Just wait until, like, they investigate everyone and then they really start digging into fraud, and you'll see that Somali number come down, because right now we're only looking at Somalis because they make it so easy. But there's a lot more people that are ripping off the state, and for one reason and one reason only. I mean, I almost don't blame them. This state makes it so easy to steal because we don't check a goddamn thing. One of the protesters who took over that church service on Sunday and screamed, "Shut it down," works for Minneapolis's local prosecutor. This is after the lady we found out that works for the St. Paul School Board. It's on the St. Paul School Board and was in that church. He's married to a St. Paul councilwoman. It's like, what? It's fucking arranged marriages in all these big cities. He's running for the state Senate, and I wish I were making this up. He runs Homes for Homies, which is it takes Section 8 money and steers it towards giving. Now, this tweet says black criminals. What Homes for Homies does is it takes money from Section 8 and helps black men with criminal records who can't otherwise get leases find them places to rent and places to live. Now, I'm sorry, but if you want any more proof that the state of Minnesota should not be taken seriously and we are getting robbed blind, are you buying Homes for Homies? Are you buying that this guy is taking Section 8 money and is finding a bunch of black criminals' homes? It's called Home for Homies. It might as well be saying, "So long, suckers." That's what it should be called. This is what I mean. Like, we're fixated on the Somali community right now, but as soon as they open up the books, they're going to find out that pretty much everybody's been ripping us off. You could probably balance our state budget just by finding out how much fraud there was. Homes for Homies. I mean, shit, dude, you're not even trying at that point. You know, if I'm a Minnesota taxpayer, I'm like, would you at least fucking lie to me? Put in an effort or something. At least the Somalis put shitty signs on their daycares when there's no one in there. They put a couple of yellow and red topped chairs and tables in there, even though there's no lights on and nobody in them. Homes for Homies? Get fucked. Let me hear. Homes for Homies. You've got to be shitting me. Homes for Homies. As a small business led by a progressive black founder residing on the north side of Minneapolis, Homes for Homies is deeply committed to treating housing as a human right. Again, he works for the prosecutor's office. He's not a lawyer. He doesn't have a shitload of, well, he might have a shitload of money, but it ain't from that. His name is Jamail Lundy. He's one of the guys who protested at this church. He says, Homes for Homies, I can't read it with a straight face, believes refusing to discriminate against criminal and credit backgrounds is not a social service. It's a competitive advantage. Like, if you can't scan for people's credit or criminal history, how are you going to know if they're going to pay you the money they owe you every month? So they do have pictures of houses on their website. I mean, this all just fraud. Fucking fraud. It has to be. Like, this guy isn't, you think he's dressing like that working in the city prosecutor's office? You don't think any of that Section 8 money is going into his pocket? Let's read up on these places. Here's Irving Place. This charming duplex, nestled on a corner, boasts 2 identical units, each offering 2 cozy bedrooms and a convenient bath, perfectly designed for comfort and privacy. This property features a spacious backyard, ideal for relaxation or outdoor gatherings, with a dedicated driveway for 1 tenant. Parking is a breeze, situated close to public transportation. Commuting is made effortless. Simply click on the picture below to follow the link and start your application process today. All right. Let's click on it. The Alamo doesn't have any available properties at the... Wait a minute, but I just clicked on the thing on your website and Dude, we're uncovering fraud live on this show. I mean, if that's not good enough for a gifted sub from Olia, I don't know what is. Dude. We're discovering Minnesota Section 8 fraud in real time. You know what? Maybe it's just Irving Place. Maybe it's just Irving Place that we don't have. Let's look at Emerson Place from Homes for Homies. Situated just down the street from the vibrant Broadway, a major thoroughfare in North Minneapolis. Okay. Simply click on the picture below to start your application journey today. Here we go. Oh, okay, we've got that one. $1,700 a month. At $1,700 a month for one of the rooms? 4 photos. Those are the only. You've got to be shit. You're shitting me. It says 4 photos. Oh, there we go. No, I'm sorry. $1,700 a month. That's a fucking spackle bucket. Those are somebody's dirty clothes. That's an open drawer. That is a appliance that's not plugged in. Dude, are we supposed to believe that this is actually a real thing? Check back soon. Oh, check back soon for upcoming availability. No pets allowed. So it's not actually available right now? 2 units. So $1,700 for 1 unit, 12-month lease, 2 weeks ago. So you're getting $3,400 a month for this little house on the north side of Minneapolis. And how much are you getting from Section 8 to run this organization? So you're oh, man. All right, let's take a look at 6th Street Place. Okay, all right. Ramsey County, St. Paul. This one's got 35 photos. You know what? Much nicer. $2,000 a month. It better be. All right. You might be getting off the hook on this one. I'm sorry. Homes for Homies just doesn't seem like a real thing. Jamel Lundy is the founder, owner, and operator of Homes for Homies, LLC. For his day job, he works full-time as a lobbyist for the largest public law office in the state and public affairs consultant. As a law school graduate and community organizer, these are just fraud words, he brings to the table a unique, by the way, it says he bring to the table a unique blend of legal and community engagement expertise. As a black small business owner who lives on the north side with justice-impacted family, he is committed to serving all, regardless of their income, criminal backgrounds, or credit. I have a criminal background. I should call this place. I'm a crook. I'm a misdemeanor and son of a bitch. I should call this guy and see what's going on. MSO says on the weekends he sells crack. That's you need an allegedly on that one. Sean Lenane says do the truffle shuffle. Money. I just what are you gonna do? It's just it's a great weekend followed by a rough week. What can I say? Yeah, I'm gonna say that Homes for Homies is not exactly on the up and up. Call me an asshole. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, and for God's sake, this show has made $50 tonight, and I was like, hey, if you guys do it tonight and tomorrow, I'll go cover the school board meeting. Like I had a fucking chance of hitting that. Oh, help us out a little bit. Now it's pretty much if you pity the toe. We missed by 90 this morning, so fucking cheers, boys and girls. I will say this. I went to Sky Zone with the kids today. Didn't give a shit about the night. If I would have sat at home, I would have just been a fucking dog shit show, you piece of shit host, you son of a bitch. I went to Sky Zone today, and I was like, what are you going to do? Win some, you lose some. What do you? And then I got really excited for tonight's show, and I'm really pumped for tomorrow night's show because of the school board meeting. And then we got off to a hot start tonight, and then I'm just like, fucking roll, dude. Just do your show, do your content. You're killing it. And then So, help out if you can. Only thing worse than an L is a double L. On the weekends he sells crack. Baba Shab says, what? That has something to do with you, not us, right? Huh? Try again. Rexstart parody account says, I had a typo and went to Honkies for Homies. Yeah, I think that's probably a porn site. I'm about to open a Somali daycare. My next step. Seize the day, gifting a membership on YouTube. Thank you very much for the pity. Yeah, YouTube, you guys can chip in anytime you want to, too. I suppose. Oh, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Thank you. All right, let's, fuck it. Let's just do the stories we got. Who gives a shit if it's all Somalis or whatever? Trump. Let's just play the man. Let's, by the way, paying for Mediaite every month, one of the best business expenses I've made. You don't have to watch the ads before the video. The website runs a lot faster without all those ads. I like it. And this is Trump today. Trump got up there and did like a special, like he just kind of took the podium. It wasn't like, hey, the president's going to have a press conference today. He just goes, hey, motherfuckers, throw some questions at me. And he just starts riffing. And that's really, you know, regardless of all the problems I have with Trump's second term here, I do so enjoy a good Trump riff.
Halted all refugee admissions to the United States, including from Somalia, which is a terrible, terrible place, and other dangerous places. And we also stopped the pirates because they get the same treatment as the drug boats. So in Somalia, the Somalians, you know what they're good at? That's about the only thing they're good at is...
Your racist uncle is just allowed to be a racist uncle in the White House. The Somalians, they're only good at being pirates. By the way, what's ironic about this is that Trump said the only thing the Somalis are good at is being pirates. And then later in this press conference, he actually shouted out the Hells Angels. He's like, those dirty Somalis, the only thing they're good at is being disgusting black African pirates. By the way, I want to shout out the Hells Angels, good guys. All of them slinging meth, beating people up, probably blacks. I love the Hells Angels. They're good guys.
They're good at pirating ships at sea, big ships. So you have a huge oil tanker with millions of gallons, millions of barrels of oil.
I was watching a documentary. One of them got onto a boat and he said, I am the captain now. It ended with him getting shot in the head. Beautiful shot.
And if it gets hit by a big weapon, the whole thing blows up. And they don't want to fight because if they do, they're told by their insurance companies, do not hand over the ship. And they're not allowed to have any guns on the ship. They're literally, you have these massive ships being taken over by a Somali.
If you just have guys with guns on the ship, the minute those retards pop up on the deck, it's just bam and they're gone. I mean, you heard it in Black Hawk Down. Officially speaking, skinnies can't shoot for shit.
Small boat with a big weapon. Because if they hit the side of the ship can blow up. You talk about a blow up. Bad. We've seen some bad things happen. And the insurance companies, some of these ships cost more than $1 billion to build. And the insurance companies say, look, we'd rather give them money than take a chance on $1 billion insurance policy.
But they come up to them in like rubber rafts and shit. I just find it hard to believe that if you wanted to, you couldn't smush these guys.
But they don't have to worry about it because we hit them the same way we hit the people with the drugs in their boat. They don't know what the hell happened. But all of a sudden, there are no pirates at sea. Do you notice? We haven't had a boat taken in a little while. Came out of some...
Wait until Netanyahu wants to go to war with some countries. We'll miraculously find some pirate boats to report on. It'll be, we'll make another Captain Phillips movie with Jude Law or something this time, and It'll come back. You know, it's amazing. All of these things come back when you need them. It's amazing. Like, for years now, we haven't heard anything about radical Islam. Could that be because we were working with the radical Islamists, like in places like Syria? And then all of a sudden, when we needed to go to war with Iran, all of a sudden it was all about Muslim extremists and Islam in America. And it's like, God damn, I woke up in 2003. I went and time traveled like I'm Charlie Kirk at the X-Men school. These things always seem to come back in fashion when we need them.
Somalia, really corrupt place. It's not a country. They don't have government. They don't have anything.
He's right.
I always hate to see this. Ilhan Omar, she comes from Somalia, a backward country, probably the worst country. They say it's the worst country in the world, if it's a country. I don't even think it's a country. There's no organization, no anything.
It is basically split up into 3 sections. It's Somalia. Then you have the break-off region of Somaliland, which is where Israel wants to put all the Gazans. And then I believe to the south or to the west, I could be wrong here, is Al-Shabaab, the Islamic militants who are trying. They're like the barbecue. They are to Somalia what barbecue is to Haiti. They're trying to take the thing too. So it really isn't a country. It's what it's been since we tried to go in there in 92. It's warring clans trying to be the clan that runs the country that day. Or as Bapa Shab says, Inshallah. Inshallah. Chevmatic, thank you for gifting a membership. That makes my desperate little heart just beat with joy. Hey, guys. Pretty fucking pleased with cherry on top. Could you help us out to get us a decent end to tonight's story? 70 memberships away from 500. I appreciate it. I'm dancing for you. I'm doing a great show, as I'm known to do. Just doesn't take too many of you throwing in a couple of bucks. Thank you again. 338 is our number. I love that part. Hit like, hit subscribe, and hit follow, especially Rumble tonight. Great work, Rumble. Thank you, Rumble. We found out about, do you remember this? Do you remember Nick Sorter and Cam Higbee? Like, I would never, Nick Sorter and Cam Higbee should absolutely have contacted me before they came to Minnesota, because they're claiming they didn't know the Cedar Riverside neighborhood was full of Somalis. Which by the way, I don't buy it at all. They fucking know. They're obsessed with Muslims. But if these two would have called me first, like, at least I'm on probably the same side of the political spectrum. I both think they're a couple of Israeli shills, but like, at least we're on the same side of the aisle on at least the immigration stuff and shit. They should have called me and contacted me, and they should have said, Aaron, you know Minnesota. You've been here your whole life. You grew up in the north suburbs. You live out in central Minnesota. What's the lay of the land? Because Cam and I were, you mean Higbee? Yeah, Aaron, we mean Higbee. Tell him he's a Zionist piece of shit for me. All right, he says, fuck you. All right, cool. Look, where are you guys planning on going? Yeah, we were planning on going to Cedar Riverside. Yeah, don't. What do you mean? We were thinking we would go to Cedar. Like, if he really didn't know what Cedar Riverside was, I would have said, don't waste your time. It's literally nothing but Somalis, and they're going to hate your fucking guts. You look like a Republican. You look like one of the gay. You look like Nick Sorter looks like a log cabin Republican with his wispy gay beard and shit. So you're going to go down there looking like a gay Republican, 2 things they don't like, and you're going to be filming another thing they don't like. You're going to get your shit rocked. It's not going to end well. Go to where the white protesters are. They're all talk. They'll run you out of places, but, you know, they ain't going to drag you down a city street. You know, Somalis will drive on the sidewalk and think, what? This is the slow lane. Technically, every lane they're in is the slow lane. But if you'll remember, Nick Sorter got his phone taken from him.
Hey, get. What did she just do? She
Fucking cunt stole my phone.
Oh, shit. Okay, it's okay.
Like, honestly, the Daily Wire would have bought you a new $1,000 camera. He decided to chase her. And now he claims his hand was stuck in the door handle. I don't know. But then the Somali lady takes off in her Kia down the sidewalk with Nick Sorter's camera.
She just stole Nick's camera.
Hey, you know what? I just realized at least she put her emergency lights on. At least she put the four-ways on.
No, give him the camera. You're gonna give him the camera.
Just tell her to give him the camera back.
Give him the camera.
What happened, Nick?
They just stole my camera.
Right out of your hand while you're in the car?
See, like, this is why I would have told Cam and Nick not to go down to Sitter Riverside. It's like, you guys aren't made of that shit. You guys aren't those guys. You're, no offense, because you're like political guys, you're pussies. Like, you guys can't defend yourself. You guys can't get yourself out of that situation. You're marks, you're bitches, and they're going to treat you like marks and bitches. They're like, no, we're going to go down there because that's based. It's like, yeah, but you aren't. This is, you got to stay like in the PBS friendly zones is where you and Cam Higbee belong. Because Cam Higbee and Nick Sorter are guys who are like, we're going to go down to Cedar Riverside, even though Aaron said don't, because we're just that tough and that brave. And then the second someone jacks their shit, they're like, this is just so unfair and they're treating us wrong and we just don't like it. Dude, that's not what hard dudes do. They don't go like, and the police wouldn't listen to us. They whoop some ass. You're not willing to whoop some ass. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to get arrested for beating the shit out of Somalis. They will prosecute you for that in Minnesota. Not for stealing a white boy's camera in Cedar Riverside. The cops will just tell you to get the fuck out of Dodge. What are you even doing here? It was dumb to be here. They all tell their daughters not to go down there. And you look a lot like their daughters. So I think the solution here was just stay the fuck away from Cedar Riverside. But they wanted to be based. They wanted to be adventurous. Not for you guys.
That's the fuck you wanted, right? That's the fuck you wanted, right? That's what you did. Man, listen, motherfucker, you better get the fuck up out of here.
See, like, that's Cedar Riverside. They're lucky there weren't more of those guys. That's where the Somali gangsters live. Don't go to Cedar Riverside.
You fucking coward. Motherfucker, you a coward, bitch. You have to leave.
Like, this is how... And John Lithgow here just virtue signals to all these Somalis, as does this trans woman, and that's how they get their white pass. But like, bro, this is prison rape's about to happen.
Rob you, motherfucker, get the fuck out of here.
We're gonna look at him. He's like, we gonna rob you, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Like, he's letting them know. But excuse me, sir, I have First Amendment rights granted by the forefathers of this country and the Constitution. Dude. Take off your shoes and socks, bend over, and spread your cheeks. This guy's going to get up in your booty hole. You just talk too much.
Bitch! You fucking coward! You a fucking coward, motherfucker! Nobody motherfucker, you trying to incite that shit! Nobody stepped in. Get the fuck up out of here!
Nobody stepped in. No shit! I would have told you that. It's a heathen den full of parasites. Don't go.
$1,000. Did you call 911? Did anybody call 911?
Call 911 in Cedar Riverside for a stolen camera? Bro, somebody better be bleeding.
Have Kevin do it. You fucking Nazis. We got it all on video. We're not Nazis. Yeah, you fucking Nazis. We're not Nazis and we're not racist.
You're close enough, and you're kind of racist. And that's where you're going to keep getting bullied and beat up by these guys. Like, if I was down there and they were like, you're a Nazi, you're a racist. And I'm like, you're probably half right. All right, you're probably 3/4 right. Your food sucks, by the way.
We're not Nazis and we're not racist. I condemn Hitler completely.
Condemn Hitler completely? Oh, well, Cam Higbee's not making friends on either side of the aisle today. Say goodbye to your fresh and fit appearance. Cam Higbee, loser of the left and the right. I'm not a Nazi. I condemn Hitler. Ooh. Look at the balls on Cam Higbee. He condemns Hitler. Whoa.
We got it all on video. We're not Nazis.
This is literally this is on the other side of the cringe spectrum from the clavicular Nick Fuentes, Tristan Tate, gay club meetup playing the Kanye song. It's still cringe. It's just on the opposite end of conservative cringe.
Fucking Nazis. We're not Nazis and we're not racist. I condemn Hitler completely. I'm not racist. I condemn all racism. I condemn all racism.
These guys are so dumb. The next thing they're going to do to these Muslims is go, I am against Hitler. In fact, I am a proud Zionist and supporter of the Jews. All right, get the fuck out of town now. Not kidding. It's go time.
Why are you here?
We were driving through and we got followed. You guys followed.
We were driving through. You don't drive through Cedar Riverside, homeboy. Drive around that shit.
We're following you this whole argument. It doesn't matter. We're allowed to be here. It's the United States of America.
See, this is where these fucking retarded conservatives, they think everybody's ready to do an Oxford debate. They watch too many Ben Shapiro videos growing up. We're here because it's America. Not really. Not Cedar Riverside. You got to remember, dude, this is Minnesota. We surrendered parts of our state.
Why do we have to leave? What? We're not leaving till we get the camera. You want us to leave? Give us the camera.
That's what I always do when people rob me is I go, I'm not leaving this area until the thief gives me back my stuff. All right. You want to, like, get a blanket? It's going to be a minute.
Tell your friend, get the camera back, and we'll leave.
Racism, but yet you're treating him like this. Why? Why?
Oh.
Racism can go both ways.
Oh, fucking based. At least the woman's got some balls.
You guys were.
That's the end of that clip. All right. So as funny as that clip is, and as hilarious as it is, we did learn some shit about the woman driving the red Kia that stole the camera. I wish I could make this up. I wish I was this good. The woman who stole Nick Sorter's camera equipment and drove onto the sidewalk, dangerously dragging him, has been identified as the owner of a children's autism center in Spring Lake Park, Minnesota. Bro, get the fuck out of here. Well, look, the sign of being mentally healthy is watching your state be raped from the inside, and you can still have a sense of humor. You know, guys, no matter what they take from you, money, freedom, your homeland, never let them take your sense of humor. Because, of course, she owns a children's autism center in Spring Lake Park. Spectrum Works. Why would the owner of a children's autism center want to steal a journalist's camera? I gotta wait a minute. No way. This is AI. I was gonna say this. There's no way they posted this to social media. Okay. Very funny. Stacks on deck, homeboy. So what is this? Spectrum Works? Spectrum Works, Spring Lake Park. I wonder if they have a nice website and everything like the last guy. I'm not kidding. That's what happens when you go to SpectrumWorksMN.com. We're not even trying. Our state's not even trying, boys and girls. If you're just listening, it's a new WordPress site is coming soon. Oh my God, is that fantastic. Thank you, Bam Bam Bartz, for the $5 over on PayPal. Hey, I see PayPal's working, so PayPal and Venmo are working tonight. I appreciate the $5, buddy. Wish everybody would throw a little $5 in the kitty. Fucking have a dynamite show. I am on my goddamn game. And what I hate is when we're not making dick, because it's like I've totally wasted. Like, if I do a shit show, like this morning, I don't think was the best show out there. I don't. So we missed by 90. You notice I took that in stride. I was fine with it. I hate nights like tonight when we're not getting there. And I'm like, well, I know it ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no senator's son. But the fact that we're going to all these websites from all these places, this is how you know that that we're not being, like, the state of Minnesota is not being scammed on welfare fraud. We're just allowing it. It's one thing to have a bunch of fraudsters trick you. That's not even what's happening in Minnesota. Like, anybody can just click on this, see that, and go, oh, they're stealing money from the Minnesota taxpayer. Because if you're an autism center, you've got a fucking working website. because that's how 90% of people are going to learn about you. It's too much. If we click on their contact us, does anything? Nope. New WordPress site coming soon. Oh, and their hours of operation to help kids with autism. 10 to 5 Monday through Friday. We should call them at the end of tomorrow's show and let them know that I have an autistic co-host and that he needs some help. He could use some assistance. Thank you, by the way, very much, Bam Bam, for the 570 memberships away from 500. My Lost Interest says, Aaron, the show's fine. Maybe it's the shirt. Oh, no, I changed my shirt tonight because I literally thought that I missed this morning because of the shirt. So I got rid of it. Oh, man. Historically White says, Clav doesn't have a dewlap. Maybe you should look smacks. I might smash my face with a hammer just to shame myself for failing. I think that's what I might do. I will admit, somebody sent it in for Rumble Friday last week. I have, and I even did it at the trampoline place today with the kids. I did hold my head up and make the kissy face to do the double chin exercises. You can feel it working when you're doing it, but you look like a fucking retard. Ironically, you look like Clav when you do this. But you feel it stretching the, you know what? It's not worth it. 10 Beer gifting 5 memberships on YouTube. Oh my God, thank you.
Enough. I will hear no more of this Hebrew nonsense.
We appreciate that. Oh my God. All right. Maybe we got a little life in us tonight. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, and for God's sake, throw a couple of bucks at the toe. James J. Weed says, you should go by their location on your next trip to the shitties. Maybe. We should call them tomorrow, though. The Cleaner says, a good stream is like that webpage. Coming soon. You wouldn't be here if I wasn't the fucking man. Let's be very honest. Fat just like you. What does this say? Show your papers like a good little Nazi. Oh, it's one of the protesters. I don't like that. I don't like when what's her name? Not Nancy Mace, the DHS lady, Kristi Noem. I don't like when she said, if you're in Minnesota, just be prepared to prove you're a citizen. Or eat my ass. One of the two. Well, now we're haggling. We're bartering. Darkwind says 10 to 5. That's some shitty daycare hours. It's an autism center. I don't know what the difference is. Autism center, I'm guessing, is it's not exactly daycare. I think they provide services for people with autism. But, any good autism center doesn't have a working website. It's just a normal thing. All right, out of the 300 of you checking it out, hit a like, hit a share, hit some pity. One of the two, one of the three. And let's do some shit for the toe. All right, we did Homes for Homies. Oh, did you see that a porn chick was shown on ESPN last night during the national title game? Bella Danger. Now, is Bella Danger the chick who got famous because she was going to Duke? And to pay her tuition, she was doing porn. I thought that was Bella Danger. And that was 10 years ago. This Bella Danger is now going to school at the University of Miami. So Bella Knox. That's what it is. Bella Knox was the chick. She was going to Duke University. And then it got discovered that she was doing porn because everyone she goes to school with is whacking off going, that looks like the chick in my fucking bio class. And then she gets discovered. It becomes this big national thing. So instead of her going, I've made some money doing porn. Why don't I keep studying, turn my viral fame into Twitch streaming or something, and then I'll get the college degree? No, her brilliant idea was, why don't I bail on the gay college thing and just make a shitload of adult content? Because that's got a shelf life. You understand the women who do MILF porn are 27? And if you're 30 and still doing it, you might as well be a GILF. Yeah. But a Bella Danger is a different one. I'm not very caught up on my adult film stars. I apologize. Which way, Western man? But a Bella Danger was shown on camera on ESPN during the Hoosiers Hurricanes national title game. And apparently she's pissed about this. Now, this is something I've never understood about these adult film stars. It's like, and I've especially seen it with the ones that leave adult films. They're ashamed that they ever did it. And it's like, okay, stop, because nobody would know who you are. And this new venture that you're doing, nobody would watch this new venture that you're doing if it wasn't for the fact that they whacked off to you a bunch. Like, there's women who have embraced it and have gone on to do other things. Like Lisa Ann is a great example. She's big in fantasy football, makes a lot of money doing that. And she goes, yeah, if it weren't for the adult film industry, like, I wouldn't have a career or fans. So thanks. And she got out. But then you have people like Mia Khalifa who like want to give political takes on shit. And they're like, please don't refer to me as an adult film actress. I do other shit. It's like, yeah, but not anything anybody ever gave a shit about. So it's like they try to run from it. And then a Bella Danger's like, don't film me during the game. Don't put me on TV. I'm upset about this. You will let a camera fill you taking a stranger's load in your face and basically plastering your eyes shut and then let it sit there. I'm guessing. I've got an active imagination. But if someone shows you like being a normal college student enjoying a football game, that's an invasion of your privacy. I can't figure it out. A Bella Danger wishes she could have watched her Miami Hurricanes compete without her face being plastered all over national TV. Well, then don't go to the fucking game. With the adult film icon telling TMZ Sports she's sorry to anyone offended by her cameo appearance. Okay, on the flip side of that, if you're someone who's offended because a chick who takes loads in her twat for a living showed up on screen with her clothes on during a football game for a little bit, fuck off. You know that the TV networks like to put hot girls on the screen. Because then the guys watching the game go, and then they go back to watching football. The current Miami student's mug popped up during ESPN's broadcast of the Hurricanes matchup against the Indiana Hoosiers, right when her favorite team was down 10 with under 7 minutes left in the game. Wait a minute. Hard Rock Stadium. That's in Miami. So the Hurricanes were playing a home game and they blew it. Oh, shit. The crowd shot was intended to show Hurricanes fans emotions during the crucial moment in the contest. And apparently she looked emotional enough for the camera to pan to her. So congratulations to her. She might actually be a good actress. That's good. Danger's appearance immediately made rounds on social media, with some cracking jokes and others questioning whether the network was aware of who exactly they were showing. Now, I'm sure they didn't. Regardless, it's not the first time she's been shown on screen, as she's attended a ton of Miami games in the past, and crews have tracked her down numerous times. But Danger's legitimately upset over the camera time? You're kidding. Really? Isn't this her filming herself? Crying that the Hurricanes lost the game? I don't understand. I don't get your outrage. I'm starting to think these porn girls might have some psychological problems. Starting to think that industry might not be the best thing for your brains.
Even though we lost, I don't care. Because that game tonight proved that no other team deserved to be in the national versus Miami. No other team. Miami deserved that.
That's right. Team hand jobs in the showers. Oh, Abella, thanks for coming backstage. Can we get a bunch of blowjobs? No! Blowjobs are for national champions. I was going to offer one to Fernando Mendoza, but he said the Lord is watching.
Everyone counted us out. I don't care if we lost. Those men...
Wait a minute. Then everyone who counted you out was right. Everyone counted us out. What happened? We lost. Okay.
out there, they were the best of the best, and no one deserved that spot other than Miami. No, that was not a blowout. That was not an ass whooping. Miami deserved.
Who is that guy? You're not dating her, are you? Oh, you poor man. If there's anything Bella Danger is not okay with, it's black men not coming out on top. She does not like. She's not a fan. Oh, wow. I got some funny breaking news. I don't give a shit about it on the show, but I like the breaking news. Thank you for sending that to me. Die with $25. What a lot of people wish I would do. Die with $25 over on Venmo. Thank you very much. Die.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
Oh, God. You know what, though, guys? I think you can fix her. I think you guys can fix old Bella Danger. My Lost Interest says she likes an ass whooping. That's true. That's why she's so sad. She wanted the ass whooping to happen. She smokes Camel non-filters. It doesn't. That's like the 19th thing wrong with her. Papa Shab, you are upset tonight. It's funny, though, like everyone should always be putting like blacked.com in the bottom left corner of any video she posts. It's just, I don't know. It's funny to me. She's apparently going to the University of Miami. She's taking classes at the U. The current Miami student's mug. So she is going to college to get out of the adult film industry. I don't know why any of those women who are ranked high on P-Hub, I don't know why they don't just do the OnlyFans thing on their own. There's no reason for that because those contracts are not good. TDR shit show with $2 after seeing this. All she deserves is a load to the face. Honky with $10. Thank you very much, Honky.
Enough. I will hear no more of this Hebrew nonsense.
Says, I heard Danger has a hearing problem. Whenever a man offers her a drink, she always says, come again. That's, no, that's, oh, God. Oh, Honky. You know what? We'll talk some other time. You know what? Next anniversary show. I'll explain that to you, even though I'd rather not. Thank you very much. Hey guys, let's do that rally bit. What do you say? You guys ready to rally? I mean, you've put me in a position now where I have hope because you guys have really come up big at the end of the program here. By the way, does that get Die in the top 5? Oh no, she's tied for the top 5. There's Chris Reese is in ICE detention with $25. All right, guys, let's fire up the music. We got 2 songs to play. 55 away from home. You guys have done very well towards the end. I just need 10 or 11 of you gifting a membership, and we've got this thing. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Fire up the music. We're going to hit the post. Throw in a couple of bucks. Good viewership numbers tonight. Great program. Let's do it. Hit the post. Here we go. Honky gifting a membership. What a guy. 69. Oh, Bella Danger. 69 memberships away from 500 and $50 flat away from tonight's goal. Thank you very much. I guess technically 220 away from doing the school board meeting live coverage tomorrow, but you know what? Let's worry about that 50. What do you say? Hit it, boys and girls. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's show that morning show who's boss. Oh, we got a nice little run going here. Love you back. Papa Shab says maybe one of your retarded whales will wash ashore. Well, Papa Shab, why don't you become a retarded whale? Come on, pretend you're Somali.
Dieses Mädel ist mein treues
09 Canyon says, I'd love to help, but my mashed potatoes are done, and I can't eat and send Rumble rants at the same time. Well, Lord knows I understand. Honky with another $10 says, Macron's wife has a baguette, so that makes him a faggot. That's hateful. A little less than 45 away from tonight. Let's go. $45 away from this evening. Hit it and hit it hard like it's a Bella Danger movie. Honky is killing it right now. $45 away from a win. Just a few more of you. You know, 5 is perfect. 5 is a perfect way to get this sumbitch going. Thanks again. Just push a little bit further and we got ourselves a win for the toe. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Rumble Rants, Super Chats, and gifted memberships. We got HDMC with $10 says, shh, you had me at retarded. Oh, thank you so much. 35 away from home. TDR Shit Show with 5 gifted memberships.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
And now we are $10 away from home. And 64 memberships away from 500. You know what? I have an idea for our last rally song. We got $10 left or 180 before we go and cover the big school board thing. Let's I'm going to give you guys a little blast from the past. I'm going to give you oh no, is it not on YouTube anymore? Is it oh no, I don't think it's gone. It might be gone from the internet forever. Son of an asshole. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find this damn thing. Nope, I lost it. I'm sorry, guys. You know what? Fire up the Hulkster. We'll knock out that last 10. We'll call it a win for the toe. Dark Wind with a 10. We take 8 of it, so technically we're too short, but I'd be gay if I said that we... You know what? Gift a membership. Make sure it's an official win. And if you guys knock out the 90 we missed this morning before the song's over, I'll give you another half hour. What do you say? Another 5, and it's a win for the toe. Thank you to Dark Wind. All right, about $1.20 away from a win. Thank you, Honky, for the $1. Says, why is there a Natalie Ringsmith icon next to our names in the chat? Oh, no, that's a whale. That's a whale. Dark Wind with his 10 says, I found your stream a few weeks ago and still coming back. Here's to your school board stream. Thank you, Dark Wind. All right. Throw in one more membership, and let's call this, I got to be honest, a pretty easy win for the toe. A pretty simple W for the toe. The rally was, holy shit, you guys. That rally was lovely. Throw in another 1-piece, another 2-piece, and we'll get out of here and call it a W tonight. Thank you guys very much for playing, and thank you for renewing my belief in the toe. Oh, people are trying to find out what song it was that I was looking for. I was looking for My Dick's All Shitty, and I couldn't find it. So, unfortunately. All right. One more membership, another $1, and we'll call this thing a W for the toe official. It's a win for the toe right now. Well, let's just make it mathematically correct. And what Papa Shop just putting a Star of David in the chat. That's fair. It's technically $1.20. away from tonight. I mean, you know me. I'm a stickler. I'm just doing it for the stats. Throw in a membership, throw in a $2 spot, and we'll call this thing done. Let's do it. Let's call it a dub. I will be honest, the funniest thing you could do is not do anything for the next minute. That will. Oh, never mind. Honky with $1 says Bella Danger went on a membership. My lost interest with $2 says Flop Sweat looks good on you, Aaron. Thank you, buddy. And that's a win for the toe officially. Thank you guys so much for the win tonight. And hey, we're still going to watch that school board meeting. We're just going to watch it here from the comfort of the studio. And hopefully, man, I am hoping that Natalie gets censured, dragged through the mud, has to beg for her spot on the school board because she needs power. Like, if she doesn't have power, she's lost her husband, everything else. TDR Shit Show says, oh my God, you fucking twit. You really going to fight over $1? Do you know how many people come to this show to watch me struggle for the last 5 minutes? You think I'm just going to take a win and go, oh, there we go. I'm going to drag it out so they can get their money's worth and they can enjoy themselves. These people don't want to watch me win. They want to watch me struggle. And I am a performer. I will always give the people what they want. In other words, you're right, TDR Shit Show. You fucking twit. Here's what I don't want. I don't want to go, yeah, another win for the toe. We got it to 0. And then have some guy in the chat go, actually, Aaron, I did the math. You didn't really get there. You're lying. So now everybody wins. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the awesome show. Thanks for getting us into the 350s during the middle of the program. Dare I say, the evening show is back, baby. We'll see you tomorrow morning.